It is a recruiting Thursday here on the Morning Rush. It is also game day. Arkansas, Vermont, 8:20 tonight. We're going to have pregame coverage leading up to it all day long. The Morning Rush, halftime, Ruskin and Zach. Arkansas game day starts at 7 with Drew Barrett and myself. He'll be live in Buffalo, getting you ready for Arkansas's first NCAA tournament game. We're going to go over the West region a little bit, look at Arkansas's potential opponents, if they can beat the Catamounts tonight, what that looks like. It's St. Patrick's Day. I know it's great to have both the NCAA tournament kickoff and St. Patrick's Day at the same time. We'll get into some of your favorite traditions and favorite parts of St. Patrick's Day. Got a chance to hear from Eric Musselman, J.D. Notte, Stanley Amude, and Jalen Williams all yesterday. We'll talk with them a little bit and hear what they had to say concerning tonight's game. Plus, Pittman touched on spring ball to this point. We'll get some football updates as well. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice you put those on. I like it.
I've had them on all
and you're
morning.
wearing your green.
You're watching on the live stream. We're ready to go for St. Patrick's Day here in the studio. You got green on. I got green on.
We gotta do it, man. I don't want you to pinch me.
Well,
do you pinch people? If
no, that was in elementary school. That's what you did. If your mom didn't have anything clean ready to go on St. Patrick's Day and you had to go to school that green, it was not a fun day at school. When you were like fourth grade. I think we outgrew some of that, but yeah, that was not a lot of fun. St. Patrick's Day edition, Tournament Day edition of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Williams Tractor. They have moved after nearly 50 years in Fayetteville. They have moved to Springdale, right between the Don Tyson and Johnson exits. It's now WT Equipment. You see it right there on the side of 49 as you're headed northbound. Towards Springdale and towards Benton County. They've got a ton of great selection right now, so stop by and check out all the exciting stuff going on at WT Equipment between the Don Tyson exits and the Johnson exits in Springdale. Williams Tractor, now WT Equipment. Find them online at WTEquip.com.
Stanley Amude and this basketball team have been looking forward to this moment for quite some time. This is a guy that's played basketball in college for now 5 years. He's played over 130 games, and this is his first NCAA tournament. Now, you look at certain games that Arkansas has played in the NCAA tournament, they have not started out hot. You would hope tonight is different than that. You'd hope this team gets off to a hot start. Stanley, who's never played, is going to be a key. Audis, who's never played, is going to be a key. JD, who's not shot the ball well. Jalen, who's not shot the ball well, is going to be a key. And you'd like to be happy drinking green beer tonight instead of sad drinking green beer tonight, at least early on in that basketball game.
I think you will by the end of the game, but I'm not very confident that early in the game is going to work out that way. That's just not who Arkansas has been. That's not generally what happens in these moments. And much like Colgate last year where you struggled in the first 20 minutes, I will not be surprised. In fact, I'd almost predict that hey, Arkansas might even trail by a few points at the half. But I think Arkansas wins the game. I think they cover the spread of 5 or 5.5, depending on what you're looking at, and win this game where you're not wringing your hands maybe in the last 30 seconds. I don't think this will be a blowout, but if Arkansas won by 10, 8, 10, 12 points, not surprised. That's kind of what I expect. But I also expect at the same time, Drew, this team to maybe even have to burn a timeout in the first 5 minutes of the ball game.
What's my name?
What'd I say?
Drew.
Well, you kind of look like Drew this morning.
I kind of look like, is that a compliment?
I'm a little bit tired. I had to get up in the middle of the night and come. My eyes are a little shaded this morning, so I was thinking about Drew being in Buffalo. But
he's gonna have a good time.
Drew will be there and see this tie. But anyway, Drew, Ty, it's all about the same.
He's going to join us at 6:30 this morning live from there. Corey Beck, former Razorback, is going to join us at 7:20.
That'd be cool.
We're going to have Tom Murphy on at 8 and then Richard on at 8:45.
So do you think Arkansas controls this game?
No, I'm with you. I hate it because I'm nervous.
But I think they win the game. I think we both agree they win the game. Right, Bob?
I hope so. Listen.
It's kind of hard to be serious when you look ridiculous like I do.
I like your glasses. I should have. I'm kind
trying to make a serious point here with my St. Patrick's Day glasses on.
I had a bunch of it was crazy, Tommy. In Tampa this weekend, we get to the area where we're going out on Saturday, and much to our surprise, there's a St. Patrick's Day parade, and there are beads everywhere. Mm-hmm. It was like Mardi Gras. And they were just kind of giving them out. So I had my St. Patrick's attire on Saturday night. I wore green today. That's about the extent of what I did. But I'm excited for college basketball today. I'm excited for St. Patrick's Day. This is going to be a fun day. But to your question, no, I don't think Arkansas dominates the game. And I am a little nervous.
What's the metric? Game control that the committee looks at? I don't think they have a high game control number tonight.
I don't either. Eric Musselman talked yesterday. We've got some great audio clips from the guys and Muss, their conversation yesterday with the Arkansas media. You heard at the top of our open, Drew asked a really good question to Jalen Williams to kind of get things going for this game tomorrow, because I feel like the Arkansas team thinks they're a little bit disrespected. Muss talked about it. And then also I listened as this morning being asked, Jay Williams was asked about his most likely covering upsets, not straight up upsets, but covering upsets. His number one was Vermont +5. That was his number one upset this morning on Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max was Vermont +5. Muss talked about yesterday. All the clips are being shared just like they were last year as motivation for this team that seems to be picked against a good chunk amount from national analysts.
If that if Arkansas gets upset, it won't be because they were unaware how good Vermont might be, how close people think this game will be. That's the thing about today's social media world. Nothing's really going to slip up on you in that regard. So you can't say, I didn't realize Vermont was that good. There's no secrets anymore. So Arkansas should be, as far as the focus, brought to the edge that they need to be brought to tonight. Maybe these clips, maybe these upset specials that people pick, have them there, but tell you right now, I don't think the Morning Rush has them on upset alert.
I hope not. Arkansas is going up against a team tonight that is top 5 in the country in experience. They're number 4. Now, Arkansas's got a good chunk of experience, too, over 300 minutes played in the NCAA tournament from teams. So you can combat that a little bit, but that should be something that you watch tonight when Arkansas goes on runs or when Arkansas turns up the pressure. I think Vermont is going to handle it in certain capacities, but the key is Arkansas' schedule relative to theirs. How do they handle it? Arkansas has played a much tougher schedule, especially down the stretch. What difference does that make tonight? We'll find out starting at about 8:20. Hey, this morning we are brought to you by Razorback Camper Sales. Spring camping season is almost here, and they have a huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. They also offer full prep and setup at no extra cost, so you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll have access to the best parts and service department in the state, and it's the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas. They've been in business for over 50 years. Come see why our customers are always happy in Hot Springs or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com. We're going to look at the West region in a little bit coming up, Tommy, and it's a good reminder. I filled mine out last night. Our HitThatLine.com bracket challenge. You got about 5 hours to get this thing done. Or is that right?
Yeah, but you get till 11:15. Yeah. When 11:15 rolls around, gate is closed. So get your bracket in. HitThatLine.com. Click on Bracket Challenge. Get your bracket in this morning. We'll check in with Drew. He is in Buffalo, New York. All of our coverage on the road with the Razorbacks headed to the Final Four. Brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook. The best way to bet on tournament action all March long is at Arkansas's only casino resort. And by Big Red Stores. Never pay full price for gas again at your neighborhood Big Red store with Big Red Rewards. And by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Over $1 billion in proceeds have provided 650,000 plus scholarships for Arkansans everywhere. We'll go live to Buffalo, New York this hour with Drew Barrett.
And we'll talk some Arkansas football. Sam Pittman next.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
When was the last time you looked forward to seeing the dentist? Well, if it's been a while, or if you haven't had the best of experiences with dentistry, meet Marcy Van Ash McKinney Family Dentistry. Give her a call at 494-7600. They'll take care of it all. Crowns, bonding, dentures, bleaching, and cosmetic dentistry. Marcy Van Ash McKinney Family Dentistry at 807 South 21st. Call for an appointment today. 494-7600. That's 494-7600.
Everyone loves great Tex-Mex. The best Tex-Mex around is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Tex-Mex brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, pork belly tacos, and the best fajitas in town. And when the Hogs are on TV, it's always half-price apps and taps. Your favorite drinks and the best Tex-Mex in town is at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
I'm Matt Brown, PGA professional at the Ben Guerin Golf Course and director of the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. We offer affordable weekly junior golf classes throughout the year to kids ages 3 through 16, including an LPGA, USGA, girls-only golf class. If you're looking for a fun and safe environment for your child to learn the game of golf, then consider the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. Classes start March 22nd. For more information or to sign your child up, call 646-2444.
Who is 33 CBD Supply? Well, they have the largest licensed hemp farm in Oklahoma. They are a local CBD product company and nutrition store that focuses on high-quality product development and education. They sell CBD ingestibles, tropicals, pet, and skincare products that contain no THC or marijuana. Stop by today and take advantage of buy one product, get the second product half off. Use product code ESPN50. 33 CBD Supply is located at 2801 Old Greenwood Road, Suite 11 in Fort Smith. Visit them online at 33cbdsupply.com. That's 33CBD Supply.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Hey, where's the rest of the beer?
I'm probably out unless you clowns brought some.
Well, I've already had 3. Who's going to get more?
Order it from your phone.
From where?
Sody's delivers.
You mean where my girlfriend gets her wine and those cheese plates?
And if you don't want to drive, that's where you can order it. My free beer is gone.
Sody's now delivers inside Fort Smith city limits. Just order from mysodys.com or download the Sody's app and order from your phone. Sody's Wine and Spirits. Experience different.
Nobody has more pre-owned trucks than Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford. Work trucks, heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks, single cab, extended cab, and four-wheel drive crew cab trucks. Fords, Chevys, GMCs, Dodge, Ram, and Nissans. And with historic low interest rates, no payments for 90 days, and the most for your trade, Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford is the only place to buy your next truck. Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Couldn't get the shot away. No tail try. Right side of the key. No good. Williams with a follow. It gets it to go and one.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Brought to you by Breeden RV Center. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Sam Pittman had about a 20-minute conversation with the Arkansas media yesterday and kind of shared his thoughts on the first couple practices this week. And I want to go back to a little bit of what he said in just a sec.
Be sure to get your brackets in this morning. We're going to give you more details on our bracket challenge. It closes at 11:15 this morning. Go to hitthatline.com, click on bracket challenge. You could win great prizes. Yesterday on the Morning Rush, Brett Good joined us. So if you missed that conversation while you're at hitthatline.com, you can listen to yesterday's Morning Rush, Bud Light Next Morning Rush podcast and get caught up. Then you can give Brett a call and hear about all of the things he can help your company with. If you're the human resource person, if you're the small business owner, if you've got 12 employees, 2 employees, or 2,000 employees, Brett can help you with employee health and welfare benefits. He can help your human resource department with administrative solutions, staffing and talent management solutions. It's all there with Henderson Phillips. So if you are not happy with your retirement plans, your health insurance plans, any of your group benefits, that's where Brett can help you. 479-651-2292. At 651-2292 for Brett Good with Henderson Phillips.
You brought up earlier this week, you start up spring practice, and then you got a spring break. That's not the easiest thing for
They've
college
done it that way for
athletes.
I mean, it's done that way more often than than the other way, where you get through spring break and then start.
And then have to come back. Either way, when they come back, they're not going to be in the same condition as where they were this week. Everyone knows what happens during spring break, the excess eating, the excess drinking.
You study your playbook the whole time.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It's a week of excess of sorts. So when they come back, KJ's probably going to talk about how he needs to lose some weight, and Sam Pittman's probably going to. He was joking about his offensive line, which we'll share that clip later on in hour number 2.
Get a good sweat, Yeah. Might smell like a brewery when we sweat.
You need to smell that.
The head coach might not be immune from that either.
I was going to say, if he's probably going to be.
I bet he's in Hot Springs.
At Hamilton this week. And
water would be a little cold to get in the water. I mean.
Now, did he build a new lake house or renovate the one that he bought?
Here is my understanding from talking with someone that I know is doing some work for him at the new. He had the one he had originally he bought. He's sold that one, or he's selling that one to buy a newer, larger estate on a different part of the lake.
But it's still Lake Hamilton.
Right.
Okay. Do you have a preference of lakes in this state? You're probably partial to Norfolk.
I'm a mile below the Norfolk Dam, so where our place is at. So yeah, I'm partial to that one.
I've been to,
which is a beautiful lake. When it's a Corps lake, Corps of Engineers lake. So there's no houses right up on it. The trees come down to the water lines. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful lake. It's got some sandy beaches. So yeah, I like it. And you can cruise up into Missouri if you go to the far reaches of the north end of the lake.
I am partial to Ouachita. That's where I grew up.
Yeah,
and you mentioned
big lake.
The Core Lake, not having the houses directly on it. I think that
helps the same way.
Keep it cleaner and stuff. There's great lakes. I love Hamilton because it's more the party. See a lot of people on that lake. Like Beaver Lake because a lot of my Northwest Arkansas friends. 10 Killer, I know it's not in Arkansas, but it's 45 minutes from here. I've got a buddy that's got a beautiful lake house on there.
Might have been to Chicken Creek a time or two.
Okay. So. I have
Snake Creek.
I am ready for lake season coming up, but I'm also ready for this game.
Water's got to warm up before you can get in. Even cruising around right now, if you went out like next week, I don't know, may go just, of course, with gas going. We know how high it is at the pump.
The water.
Can you imagine what the price at the marina is going to be? I don't even want to look. I'm going to walk. When I go there to check on the boat next week, I'm just going to walk right by the pump. I don't want to know. Don't even tell me.
What I like to do is, because I don't own a boat, I don't own a lake house, whenever I get invited to someone else's, I always Venmo them whatever amount of money, half or whatever the
double
tank
it
is.
This year.
I was thinking about that. It's going to be a little more expensive. I think we might be just kind of pontooning and just kind of sitting there at some point rather than
I'm going to cruise out about a mile and float back.
Yeah, stay there. Jeez. Speaking of cruising, is it legal to have a go-kart on Arkansas roads? I'm driving up to the station last night, and I almost nail. I don't want to call him a kid. He's probably a teenager. Just driving this go-kart on the road. Almost drilled him, and he drives it and gets out of the way. And I turn around, and my eyes deceiving me. Is it too late at night?
Did it have turn signals and tail lights and headlights? It's got to have those things to be legal. Because I looked at street legalizing my side-by-side when I don't have a side-by-side anymore. But when I had a side-by-side to make it legal, you had to have turn signals.
Turn signals?
I had headlights and tail lights, but I didn't have turn signals on them.
Okay. So if it has that on a go-kart.
I didn't have street tires on it. I had, like off-road ATV tires. Which make a ton of noise. But, yeah, you got to have turn signals, I believe, to be street legal.
You think Pittman has an ATV?
And you have to tag it.
Okay. You think Pittman has an ATV up in his compound up there in Hot Springs?
Idea.
I know he has the boat because there's several people that live/go to Lake Hamilton that have seen Coach Pittman and interacted with him at some point. I know he's likely looking forward to next week, and that's just a guess on Tommy and I's part that he'll be out there on the lake. I think it's a pretty good guess. But I wonder if he likes to ride around or if he just gets on the boat. You think he has a speedboat or a pontoon boat?
I would guess him more for a pontoon guy, but I have no idea. So pontoon, you can just get more people on it. If you like to have if you like to party, speedboats but Hamilton's not really a great speedboat, ski boat.
There's so many people.
It's
smaller.
Run over somebody.
Yeah, there's so many people. I wonder if he invites this upcoming week. Now, I know a lot of his players will have plans to do whatever. The big thing when I was in college was Panama City Beach. I think it's shifted a little bit. But I wonder if any of the players get the invite to his lake house or if that's just a him and Jamie thing. Because
you think they want to go there right now on spring break? That ain't what they want to do.
What do you think they're doing then?
Well, what do college kids do on spring break?
I'm talking about Pittman. And,
I don't have any idea.
Saban brings his guys out. I know that's in the
summer. Yeah.
But I mean, who knows?
When the cameras are around.
Yeah, and
as soon as the cameras turn off, y'all get the hell out of here.
was it with Eli that they lost? They ran out of gas. Was it the Eli's places?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he also,
I think Saban's kind of like like the rich guy with the car. Once the cigarette, once the ashtray gets dirty, they just buy a new car. I think Saban buys a boat with a full tank of gas, and when it runs out, he just gets a new boat. I think that's how he handles that deal. But yeah, ran out of gas. I remember that clip. He was mad and embarrassed all at once. So
JT in Hot Springs says there's really not any room on his property for an ATV. I didn't know what part of the lake he lived on. I know it's close to this gas station that we went to next to my buddies, but I was just kind of curious about that.
So, but they'll have, I guess, generally you get all of the non-padded stuff out of the way. You send them home with, some playbooks to study, a little film to watch, behave yourself on spring break, have fun, come back, and then you really get to the heavy lifting of spring practice. So that's kind of what will happen.
And you had a different part of your college career having an early kid and stuff. You didn't get a spring break, did you?
Oh, we had spring break. I mean, my college experience was a little bit different. Yeah.
But I didn't know, because, again, you had a kid, so I didn't know if you were working at that point.
I worked. There was not a semester of college, that I didn't work. I worked, ironically, even then, at a different radio station. It's in the same very building I'm sitting in now. I've been here 18 years, but there was a different group of stations in this same building then I worked for. And then I went to work in a retail location managing a shoe store. And I never took more than like 9 hours in a semester, but I went every semester, summer 1, summer 2, fall, spring, all of it to
spread it out a little bit.
Well, just had to work, had to work and do that. So it was a hard 124 hours, particularly the last 60. So, all right, we're fired up. Basketball is less than 5 hours away. 11:15 is when the games kick off. We'll look at that schedule. Plus, we're headed to Buffalo, New York to check in with Drew and get some thoughts on what's going on there as the Hogs are, 14 hours or so from game time tonight. We're brought to you by World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH is the number to call Ben Thomas and his crew. They've been in business 26 years installing satellite TV. They know what they're doing. They're a premier dish dealer. They can match any offers. If you got some flyers in the mail that say it's the greatest deal ever, they can match or beat it. Plus, they'll give you a $100 Visa gift card, upgrade everything. It's a free weekend headed your way at World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH.
When we come back, as Tommy said, we'll go to Drew live in Buffalo.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red
Support for the Hit That Line Podcast Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. And my family jewels just got added into that. I just got my new Performance Package 4.0, and let me tell you what, guys, it is a game changer. If you're like me, you've tried other ways of daily grooming, of staying in shape, of when that time is right, you know what I mean, of how to make sure you look good down there. You've tried the razors, you've tried the knockoff brands, but it does not compare to what you're going to get in the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You're going to get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for all your goodies. Trust me, I didn't think there was going to be a product out there that was going to make it safe to go down there. But with the Lawnmower 4.0 and everything else that comes in this package from Manscaped, you're going to be shaving and grooming so much safer. Get that 20% off and free shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use HTL. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sacalé, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Jason Aldean says there's only two means of salvation around here that seem to work: whiskey or the Bible, shot glass or revival. He doesn't want to be stuck in these two ruts. He needs something in between to fulfill his dreams. Hebrews 7:25 says, Jesus is able to save completely those who draw near to God through him. Don't trust your spiritual strut or placing your butt in a church pew or bar stool, because all three will lie to you. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Bet online, where the game starts.
Always looking for the best candidates to fill future positions. If you're interested in a career with Brent Higgins Trucking, check out their website, BrentHigginsTrucking.com. That's BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
Need to get away from the hustle and bustle of our daily lives and relax? Call Riverview Cabins and Canoes in Odin, Arkansas, and pick one of their 14 handcrafted cabins and take in the beauty of the Ouachita Natural Forest. Canoe or kayak on the Ouachita River. Hike or mountain bike on one of the many trails. Take a beautiful sightseeing, guided trail horseback ride, or fish the Ouachita River or Lake Ouachita. There's something for everyone nearby. All this and more at Riverview Cabins and Canoes. Call them at 870-326-4630. We have something for everyone.
At Clay Maxi Premium Pre-Owned in Fort Smith, we're taking a cue from our pal Jalen Williams by taking charge and bringing you our A-game in-store and online. Plus, we made finding your next game-winning vehicle easier than ever with ClayMaxiFortSmith.com. You can view every premium pre-owned vehicle available all in one place, so don't get caught traveling. Visit Clay Maxi Premium Pre-Owned right here in Fort Smith and ClayMaxiFortSmith.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
12 to shoot. Williams, right side. Three-pointer good. Jalen Williams has 22, and the Hogs are within 4.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
Gonna go live to Drew Barrett in Buffalo coming up in a bit. Also gonna get into some quick headlines. Back to our last conversation. Mark in Prairie Grove texted in that the Pittmans are participating in the shortest, say this for me again.
It's the world's shortest parade. It's on Bridge Street in Hot Springs. I remembered seeing this. I'd forgotten this. I'm glad Mark reminded us. But, yeah, they're like the grand marshals of the parade. And it's literally, if you look at this street, I've shown it to you when we've been in Hot Springs. It is literally about, I don't know, they've got it measured off like 60 feet. It's like the shortest street in the country. And it connects there in downtown. So they have a parade, and the parade route is officially that one street. And I think they're participating in that. It draws a big crowd. Hot Springs does a great job of promoting that. I believe Jamie is the Grand Marshal, but I think they're both in it. So that should be fun for them. All right, we'll check in with Drew in just a minute. Today is All-American Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina, but that's not what you want to know about. You want to know about the half-price apps and taps tonight during the game. I'm telling you, Joe's is the place to go to watch all the games beginning at 11. That All-American special today, barbecue sandwich with a side. It's done Tex-Mex style with some Chipotle slaw, or their classic burger. You can do that, and domestic long necks are $2.50 today. They always have happy hour specials from 3 to 6 plus during the game tonight. Half-price apps and taps. So Joe's Grill, the place to watch games beginning today at 11. Stop in for All-American Thursday. Then tonight, when the Hogs get underway in the 8 o'clock hour, half-price apps and taps during the game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps. A reminder again, our bracket challenge. We're inside 5 hours to get your bracket in. So if you have put it off, you're mulling it over, whatever, go to hitthatline.com, bracket challenge. Click on that. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV, and the Stadium Shop. We got 9 prize packs we're giving away. I ain't added it up, but I bet we've got $3,000 or $4,000 in prizes here. First round prize for the best first round bracket is a 65-inch smart TV from Buy Right Auto Sales. So don't miss that. Plus a great second round prize for Swiss Jewelers as well. So get in there. Get registered. It's at hitthatline.com/bracket challenge.
Drew, good morning. I know you got a chance to experience a lot of different things yesterday, shoot around, press conferences. One of the things that stood out to me is Ben Shungu and Ryan Davis's confidence heading into this game tonight. You were in the presser itself. Did you feel like their coach and those two players and the rest of the team expect to beat the Razorbacks tonight?
Well, I definitely felt like the players did. They came out. They gave some great quotes that I tweeted that you can find on our Twitter account, that they were confident. They're ready to play. They even talked about how they think that they can expose Arkansas a bit, especially down low. Ryan Davis saying that he doesn't believe that Arkansas has the size down low to really keep up with them. They think that they can control the perimeter, that they can shoot the three ball at a high rate like they've been doing all season, and they're very confident. Now, Coach Becker, on the other hand, he was more of a coach speak of it's going to be we're going to have to play really, really well to get the upset. Arkansas is one of the best teams in the country. He hit more of the bullet points that you expect. Yeah. The players, on the other hand, I wouldn't say cocky, but they're definitely confident.
Yeah, so he wasn't using the thumbtacks for the bulletin board, is what you're saying. Yeah.
No, he was not.
He sounds like Coach Mike Krzyzewski. It's weird to my roommate. I'm sitting next to him listening to the audio. He's like, why are you listening to Coach K's presser? I was like, nope, that's the Vermont head coach. You got a chance also to experience shoot-around yesterday. Any guy in particular standing out, knocking down his shots? I know it's a lot different from a game, but they're still trying to get used to KeyBank Center. What stood out to you during shoot-around, Drew?
Well, I mean, what really could stand out, that's the problem. I mean, it's a 40-minute shoot-around. There's a lot of just standing behind the three-point line, chucking up some shots, and, you know, everybody looked really well. Everybody looked like they had their range down, like they could knock down any shot that they wanted. Now, we know that it's
so it's going in.
Things.
Are you saying it was all right, that's what you want to hear?
They were going in. They were going in.
Good.
But it's easier going in when nobody's guarding you than what it's going to be like today.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a good start. I think playing in a hockey arena last week, doing it again this week. But I mean, listen, I expect Vermont's players to have some confidence and have a little bit of swagger. If they don't believe they can win, then it's not going to happen. So that's not a big deal. To me, tonight boils down to how Jalen Williams and J.D. Notae play in that first 10 minutes defensively. If they can survive till the under 8 without 2 fouls, I think Arkansas is going to be on their way. If they've got 2 fouls and they're sitting on the bench with 10 minutes to go in the first half, it's problematic for Arkansas. Either way, I think, guys, this is going to be a close game early. I expect Vermont to even have the lead for maybe the first 10 minutes of the ball game. Arkansas just kind of knocking around. That's what they do in games like this. That's what they did with Colgate last year. People were throwing stuff and having a fit last year in the first half, as I remember from that Colgate game. Then Arkansas's depth, which they don't go 8 or 9 deep, but we know how their bench is. Their experience and their size will take over. So I expect this to be a pretty hotly contested first half, and then Arkansas will take over in the second half. How do you feel about it, Drew?
Well, honestly, I don't know. Just the vibe around the team, around Muss yesterday down there at the KeyBank Center, I don't feel like they're going to get off to a slow start. I think they're going to try to run. I think they're going to try to really spread Vermont out, get them out of their comfort zone, and not let them shoot as many threes as they'd like. Musk talked about it at depth about returning to that great three-point defensive play that they had played for most of the second half of the season outside of the A&M game. Now, you look back at that A&M game, though, some of those shots that Hefner was able to make for the Aggies could only be classified as lucky. So I feel like Arkansas is going to come out pretty hot, pretty strong, and I also think that Jalen Williams is going to make some damage down low. You know, we had Alyssa Orange on the show yesterday on halftime, and I asked her, what's the one statistic that all you have to do is look at the box score, I'll cover up the score that you see on the box score, and you know Arkansas won without even checking the final score. And she said that it all boiled down to kind of what you just talked about, Tommy. J.D. Notae's fouls. If I could see that he had less than 2 fouls in the first half, finished the game with 3 or less, then I'm going to guarantee an Arkansas win. And I think that's evident to really how the season's gone when JD's gotten into foul trouble. And that's exactly what Vermont's going to try to do. They're going to try to get at him, and they're going to try to attack him early to get him onto the bench because they know how big of a player he is.
And his health and a lot of other guys' health on this team is very key for their matchup tonight. JT in Laurel, Mississippi asked Drew, have you heard anything about guys not being able to suit up tomorrow? There hadn't been any leaks or anything out on social media or any message boards or any websites.
Anybody in a walking boot?
Yeah. You noticed anyone walking gingerly or anything?
I saw a Vermont player in a boot yesterday, but that is the only boot that was at KeyBank Center. So nothing to report here of anybody not being able to suit up, not being 100%. It seems like everybody is geared up, ready to go, and feeling great.
Yeah. Well, our own Ty Richardson's questionable for the game tonight. His ankle's still tender.
It's not it is better. The ice
probably ought to put you in a walking boot.
I heard he missed basketball last night.
Yeah, it was frustrating that I won't probably 2 weeks keep me out, but the ice has definitely helped in that regard.
Walking boot. You need a walking boot.
Niagara Falls, Drew, I know the team got a chance to experience it. I've had a handful of other Arkansas fans and Morning Rush listeners that have sent me pictures. Are you going to get a chance to go maybe tomorrow, or when is that maybe making its way to the itinerary?
Yeah, Niagara Falls is going to be tomorrow. Now, from everybody that went today with the team that I talked to, they said they had a great time, that it looked like Niagara Falls, but all the locals, they've asked me about it, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go on Friday. Like, you bring a passport? And I said, no, it's a hole's a hole, right? If I can see the hole on one side of the border, I can see it on the other. And they say, goodness gracious, no, you got to go to the Canadian side. That's where the fun stuff is. And, you know, if
you have a passport?
I do not.
Yeah.
So if the missus, the girlfriend was with me, I'm sure we would have gotten one and had gone and done all the romantic stuff that you do at Niagara Falls. But I feel like for me, I'm going to spend a 20-minute Uber out there from Allentown, Buffalo, look at it for 5 seconds, go, that's a hole with the fall, and then get back in the Uber. But it's something I feel like you got to do while you're up here.
Well, that's good information, but I've not been there. My wife went there years ago, long before I met her, and I do have a passport, but I would not have thought to take my passport with me to Buffalo. Now, if I was going maybe out of research, it takes months to get one, so you couldn't have got one. But I'm surprised they don't have something that you can temporarily go tour the falls, but I guess that's the way it is right now. So but you can't go to Buffalo, New York, and not go to Niagara Falls.
Exactly. That's why I'm going.
That's just part of the deal. So it's like going to a Razorback game and not calling the Hogs. You can't do it. You know?
I've been to Garvin Gardens in Hot Springs. Does that count as a waterfall?
It is very nice in Hot Springs, but it's not quite the same.
Not the same.
It's close, but it's not quite the same as Niagara Falls, I'm sure.
It's beautiful. Now I've gotten texts from Morning Rush listeners, Drew, that have been to already 3 different wing places. What is on the food agenda today? Are you switching it up? Are you going back to wings at Anchor Bar? Are you going somewhere else? What's getting eaten tonight or today?
Well, today, obviously, going back to Anchor Bar to do my show from noon to 2 to kick off all the madness. It'll start about the same time. It's going to be a packed house, and if you're listening and you're coming to Buffalo or you're already here, definitely come see me at Anchor Bar at 1074 Main Street, right in the heart of Buffalo. So
got to have a green beer today, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely have a green beer before I leave the Anchor Bar, and just one. So I promise, just one time. You know, don't have to worry about me or anything like that. Well, but it's hard to get away from wings. Even last night, went out with a few other guys, fellow members of the Arkansas media, and instead of wings, I got tenders, but in the same sauce. So it's kind of the only option around here. You know, I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he jokingly said, "You're not going to eat anything green this week, are you?" And I said, "Does celery count?"
Yeah.
And he said no. So it's going to be much of the same.
If it goes down green, it'll come back up green. So, I mean, just don't drink too many green beers. So it could get ugly. All right, so long day now. I mean, we've started the day. The Hogs got like 14 hours till they tip it off tonight. So, but it's a fun day. I would imagine Muss and the team, they'll sleep in, they'll lounge around, they'll do a walkthrough in the ballroom, they'll do what they got to do. But it's a long day of waiting to play basketball tonight.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, when you're the last game of the night, and we know how that can go, especially if UConn and New Mexico State, heaven forbid, go late. I mean, we could be talking about closer to a 10 o'clock Eastern time tip-off. So it's when you play the late game, I think it's one of those things of how do you keep everybody focused, how do you keep everybody locked in, but also how do you do that and keep them loose? Because there's a real fine line of staying loose all day and staying locked in and then staying tight and overthinking. You've got to figure out things for these guys to do, figure out ways for them to, one, enjoy themselves, because that's what Muss talked about. That's why they went to Niagara Falls yesterday, is because while every team's locked in, and of course they're locked in, these are student athletes, and he wanted them to have life experiences. So I'm sure they'll do something maybe early for lunch or something, and then kind of go back to the hotel and relax, and then start going through the walkthrough, kind of like timetable is whether they were playing it at like a 2:30, kind of reset the day type of thing is kind of my feelings about it, because it's going to be such a long day.
Yeah. All right, all of our coverage of the tournament in Buffalo, New York, and the Hogs on the road to the Final Four, presented by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Big Red Stores in Central Arkansas with Big Red Rewards, and by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. All right, 16 games today, guys, starting at 11:15 this morning with Michigan and Colorado State. Besides the Arkansas game, is there a game you look at and you say, that's the one that's going to be the best game of the day, or this is the one I want to watch the most? Because you've got some 1 seeds playing with Baylor playing Norfolk State, Kentucky, 2 seeds, a 18-point favorite over someone named St. Peter's. Hope they say their prayers today. Let's see, and also Kansas plays tonight against Texas Southern. Any game in the 16-game lineup besides the Razorback game that stands out to either of you guys?
Well, I know where Drew's going. Memphis plays today.
I was teeing him up for that, but
it's not that hard and
it's an 8-9 matchup.
I'm gonna be locked in on at 1:45 Eastern time.
Mine is Indiana versus St. Mary's. St. Mary's probably the second best team in the West Coast Conference. Indiana just won their first tournament game under Mike Woodson. First time they've won a tournament game since 2015. A lot of times that play-in game gets people going on a Tuesday or Wednesday night in Dayton. Can Trace Jackson Davis and company, can they keep it going against the Gales today? That would be the game that I would look at.
I'll be watching the 12-5 matchup with UConn and New Mexico State pretty hard, because obviously Arkansas, if they win, will play the winner of that game. But we know how those 5-12 matchups can go, so UConn favored by 6.5 over New Mexico State. That will be the one I probably watch the most. Drew, enjoy the rest of your morning, and we'll check in later, and we'll hear you on halftime.
All right, sounds great.
All right, again, our coverage in Buffalo, presented by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook. The best way to bet on tournament action all March long is at Arkansas's only casino resort. By Big Red Stores, never pay full price for gas again at your neighborhood Big Red Stores with Big Red Rewards. And by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, over $1 billion in proceeds have provided $650,000 or 650,000 scholarships for Arkansans everywhere. We'll have more coming up at halftime as Drew is live there as well. Let's check in on the phones in just a minute, but we remember it is St. Patrick's Day, and if you're the designated driver tonight, take that job seriously. Don't consume any alcohol, not even one drink. Don't depend on the luck of the Irish tonight. Please remember, drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Roll through some headlines and then check with our phones. Hogs beat Grambling 13-3 yesterday. Another blowout and a game-closing win. Payne Stovall, another good hitting performance. Zach Morris was awarded the W for yesterday. Not a lot to take away from these games. We'll ask Tom about it a little bit later, but you clobbered them 2 games in a row. You're going to find a little more about this baseball team when Kentucky comes into town starting tomorrow. Darian Ford and Barry Dunning Jr. won Gatorade Players of the Year in their state. Barry won in Alabama. Darian won in Arkansas. A little surprised that Nick wasn't.
Well, honestly, yes, just because Nick Smith plays in Little Rock, maybe a little more high-profile program, but
Darian won last year too, back-to-back.
So, but I will say that's probably one of the hardest decisions for. I don't even know who makes that decision about who's the Gatorade Player of the Year, but how do you separate those two? I guess with Ford winning another state championship and another tournament MVP, which Nick Smith did as well, but that's always something you can carry with you, but back-to-back's a big deal. So
Notre Dame wins last night in double OT against Rutgers. If you got a chance to watch it, I watched the first overtime, and then I had to pass out. I was exhausted, but that was a great game to get you ready for March Madness. ESPN officially announced yesterday the hiring of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Buck's deal is apparently 5 years, between $60 and $75 per the New York Post, and Troy Aikman's is 5 years, $90 million. So that was official as of yesterday. I know you think about Jack and Joe getting to sit in the Monday Night Football booth with Jack for a little bit on CBS. I think this is a big deal for him to kind of take that next step.
Yeah, because his dad did Monday Night Football on the radio for, decades. And so Monday Night Football, he's done a ton of World Series, as we know. I think he's done 25 or 6 different World Series. He's done everything you can do at the professional level as far as pro sports. So Monday Night Football is kind of one of those boxes that I think as a broadcaster you still want to check. If you're a player, you want to play on Monday nights. If you're a broadcaster, you're a referee or whatever, you want Monday night, and that's limited to just that package. So I think this is a big deal, and I think they want to keep that crew together. Would be interesting to see if Aaron Andrews ends up back over there with them as well, because that's been the core crew for them at Fox for a long time now.
Former President Barack Obama is add another disrespect card to the list because he has picked Vermont to beat the Razorbacks. I bet Trump and I bet Biden did too, if I had to guess. I bet Jimmy Carter, I bet George W. Bush, I bet a lot of them picked
You
Vermont.
think Jimmy Carter filled out
is he still
a bracket?
Alive?
He's still alive.
Okay,
but I don't think he's in his 90s, but I don't think that Jimmy Carter is.
Trying to think of recent presidents.
Right.
Bill Clinton probably. Bill
Clinton did not.
He
pick
probably
Vermont.
picked against Arkansas.
You play it. You're just throwing red meat at him this morning.
I'm just telling you what Muss was talking about yesterday. Last thing, there was a shirt that Daniel Gafford was wearing. If you haven't seen it yet, it's pretty cool. It's called Muss Madness. I don't remember this term being used last year, but I bet a bunch of people.
Shirt, though. It was good.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. It's got a bracket on it. Again, Muss Madness. If you haven't seen it yet, I would encourage you to go to Daniel Gafford's social media page. I know he's excited about the Arkansas Razorbacks this postseason, and y'all are too. 8:20 tonight, right here, ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. We'll have pregame coverage beginning at 7, right after Ruskin and Zach. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome in Eddie, who is in Clarksville. Eddie, what kind of pot is Razorback basketball cooking up tonight?
Well, sir, I hope we bring the recipe to Key Bank Arena in the city of Buffalo. Because tonight, that recipe's got to be turned up. And what is our recipe? For most of the season, down the stretch, we brought the recipe of defense, which was missing against Texas A&M. Listen here, gentlemen, this is your moment. I felt it at home. I sent you a message. I said, the great Phil Collins hit, I could feel it in the air. I'm starting to feel it in the air tonight at Key Bank Arena. I enjoyed watching the special on 40-29 last night. The team that's feasting on the greatest buffalo wings you can taste. They're enjoying the festivities and tourist attractions at Niagara Falls. But tonight, I say this. There's a hit song by Queen. We've all heard it, written in 1977. We are the champions. And in this song, it's got a couple lyrics. We will fight, keep on fighting to the end. And this is no time for losers. Tonight, you've got to match the Calamont intensity that they're going to bring, because they're coming to beat you. They're coming to play. Are you going to match it? Are you going to bring the recipe that got you there and bake it inside KeyBank Arena and let the fans of Buffalo feast on what Eddie from Parksville calls Hog Delight? Because that's going to be baking tonight. And before I end today, I say this. If you live Coach Pittman's jukebox back in favor, drive up to Buffalo, because that jukebox is going to be turned up tonight. We'll see you tonight, and hopefully we'll wake up. We're going to be winners in advance. That's what's going to take.
Eddie, I hope you're right, man. And I know Sam Pittman is probably going to be enjoying watching this game either in Hot Springs tonight. I guess he'll be in Fayetteville through the rest of the week with spring ball, but he's going to get excited about this team. And that's one of the things you've seen from Dave Van Horn, Sam Pittman, when it comes to supporting Must, vice versa, the guys going out to baseball games, going out to football games. There is a cohesion and continuity within the three major coaches right now, Dave Van Horn, Eric Musselman, and Sam Pittman, that you really seem to enjoy with Arkansas athletics.
Did Eddie give us two different songs there? We had Phil Collins, I Can Feel It, coming in the air tonight, and some Queen, all in one call. We're gonna have to get some of those in the background for him to, for some B-roll here to set up his calls. So good job, Eddie, with whooping up some Hog Delight this morning. Hey, the Fence Man will be in here tomorrow for our Fence Man Friday picks. We'll have plenty of great tournament games to pick from tomorrow. The Fence Man's looking for some people to join their team. They're wanting to pick you right now. If you've got construction skills, carpentry skills, welding skills, or you want to learn how to build quality fence, the Fence Man will show you how. Apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. Sign-on bonus, benefits, and top pay is what you can expect with the Fence Man. Again, apply in person, 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
When we come back, we'll listen to some Eric Musselman audio and take a harder look at the West region, what Arkansas has to get through if they beat the Catamounts tonight. Hour 2 of the Morning Rush is next.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
At Clay Maxey Auto Group, making the relationship has been what we've always been about. Can't control the market, but we can control who we are and how we act every day. And we're just going to be really good at being us. It's always been more than just selling cars or servicing them. It's a people business. We're here to take care of the customer. To me, it's important that it's about the relationship, not the transaction. Come visit us today at Clay Maxey Auto Group.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's time to get in the game, Fort Smith. Hi, Coach Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm a maniac for March basketball, but if I'm going to catch all the games, I need your help. So I've cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride. 1, pick the perfect car for you from our huge inventory of Rath road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. 2, pass me your old ride. 3, I'll come in with the assist and give you up to $3,300 more than appraised value. So if your old ride makes you feel second string, slam dunk your junk and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal's done at the buzzer. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Hey, where's the rest of the beer?
I'm probably out unless you clowns brought some.
Well, I've already had 3. Who's going to get more?
Order it from your phone.
From where?
Sody's delivers.
You mean where my girlfriend gets her wine and those cheese plates?
And if you don't want to drive, that's where you can order it. My free beer is gone.
Sody's now delivers inside Fort Smith city limits. Just order from mysodys.com or download the Sody's app and order from your phone. Sody's Wine and Spirits. Experience different.
Everyone loves great Tex-Mex. The best Tex-Mex around is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Tex-Mex brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, pork belly tacos, and the best fajitas in town. And when the Hogs are on TV, it's always half-price apps and taps. Your favorite drinks and the best Tex-Mex in town is at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Sports fans, it's March Madness. Where are you going to bet? I know where I will. BUSR, of course. NCAA basketball, NBA, MLB, you name it, they got it. Besides sports and racing, you can play over 300 casino games at BUSR.com. And remember, no download is needed to play these games. Sign up today and get an exclusive 100% deposit bonus by going to BUSR.com/Morning Rush. That's BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.
Nobody has more pre-owned trucks than Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford. Work trucks, heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks, single cab, extended cab, and four-wheel drive crew cab trucks. Fords, Chevys, GMCs, Dodge, Ram, and Nissans. And with historic low interest rates, no payments for 90 days, and the most for your trade, Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford is the only place to buy your next truck. Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the middle 70s. Our next disturbance knocks on the door tonight with showers, a chance of thunderstorms, and an overnight low in the low 50s. Occasional showers, a few thunderstorms on Friday, falling temperatures throughout the afternoon. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today. You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Bushlight Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by the Bobby Garland Baby Shed. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place.
Jalen and JD, y'all are coming off of the Elite Eight, obviously, last year, and great stretch of run up into the SEC tournament. But it feels like nationally, y'all are still getting put on quote-unquote upset watch with this Vermont team. Is that adding any extra motivation for y'all going into this game tomorrow?
For sure, but I feel like that's been our thing since the beginning of this season. Like, we've always been overlooked. We were 0-3 at the beginning of the conference, and everybody turned their back on us, and we just kept believing in each other. So what this team can do, I feel like it's the sky's the limit. We believe in each other. We believe that the guy next to us is going to make the big shot every game, no matter who it is. So we just keep believing on each other, and we're going to go game by game.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com. I hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just got to keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
It's hour number 2 of the Morning Rush. You heard our own Drew Barrett pose a question to Jalen Williams, J.D. Note, and Stanley Amude about kind of the disrespect that they felt. If that wasn't the best question at the press conference yesterday, I don't know what was. And I think 36 minutes of content between us and the three guys. Drew's doing a great job with our live coverage that we'll be doing in Buffalo all week long. So make sure you're paying attention to our social media pages, listening to us on all 3 of our local shows, and following us on hitthatline.com. Tommy?
I thought the best question was, this is Bob from the Thrifty Nickel. If you're going to have wings in Buffalo, what is the favorite sauce that you're going to have on it? I'll hang up and listen. So was that not the best question?
I need some buffalo sauce in my life. Drew, if Drew doesn't come back with buffalo sauce from New York, we're going to be
So what do you bring back from San Fran next week if you get there? Rice-A-Roni? What do you bring back from San Francisco?
Full House DVDs?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, don't forget to fill out your bracket. HitThatLine.com. Bracket Challenge. You'll see the buttons. It's all over the website. You can't miss it. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV, and the Stadium Shop in Fayetteville. The best overall bracket's going to get a $975 Razorback couch from the Stadium Shop, a pop-up fire pit from Crabtree RV, and $150 to enjoy at Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got prizes for the best overall 16-team bracket. Also, prizes for the best 4-team bracket. And the first round, if you are the best at picking round 1, you get a 65-inch smart TV from Buy Right Auto Sales. See all of the prizes, all of the details. But the main thing is you've got to get entered before 11:15 this morning. Go to hitthatline.com. Get your bracket in now. Don't procrastinate. That's what I've been. You're a
procrastinate.
Yeah, that's what a buddy of mine said. You procrastinate. Yeah, well, get it done. Deadline's coming. All right, we're inside 4 hours or so now. Hey, we're also brought to you by Riley Farm Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive. They're right at the entrance to Riley Farms in South Fort Smith. Dr. Sparkman, Dr. Brogan love their hogs, and you're going to love going to the dentist there because they make it comfortable and they do everything there: braces, implants, cosmetics, and then clean your teeth, do the x-rays, all that every 6 months. See more at RileyFarmDental.com or get your appointment with a call to 226-3500. That's 226-3500, or again, RileyFarmDental.com.
Now, where's Truman, Arkansas?
Truman's on the east side of the state.
The east side.
Northeast side, I believe.
Okay. Let's welcome in JB into the program
if I'm wrong,
this morning.
JB can tell me.
Go ahead, JB.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? Truman is about 15 miles south of Jonesboro.
Okay. He was right.
Yeah. So I just moved back over here from Bentonville, so I lived over there where you guys are for a little while.
So now you got to spread the gospel of the Razorbacks in that northeast corner where some over there think you can't be a fan of both. I've got a buddy that lives in Manila, and he thinks that, you can't be a Razorback fan and a state fan, which makes no sense to me. And some of those people over there just hate the Razorbacks. I've never understood it.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's just crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Little brother complex.
Hey, guys, I just want to say this. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I've watched the 4 teams, I've watched Vermont play once. And I've watched New Mexico State play a few times, and I've watched Connecticut play a few times. And this Vermont team is a good team, man. They shoot the ball good. They got 2 big guards that can really play. Shungun, he's a good player, man. I think he's an SEC caliber type of guard. He's big. He's physical. He can finish around the rim. I think Arkansas is going to win, but if I was going to bet some money on it, I'd probably say Vermont's going to cover.
5.5.
I think it's going to be a close. Yeah. I think it's going to be a close game.
They're like Arkansas in the way that Ryan Davis, their forward, and you mentioned Ben Chungu, who he's like Note. He hadn't met a shot he doesn't like yet. who wins that 2-on-2 matchup? You know, that's kind of like if we were WWE here, JB. That would be the Texas matchup, or the tag team matchup here would be Shungu and Davis versus Jalen Williams and JD Notae.
I couldn't agree with you more, Tommy. And look, man, I really think that you know, it's going. Can Jalen Williams prove to defend the 3-ball? I mean, like you guys have been talking about, and everybody else has been talking about, he's been playing the, you know, like against Walker Kessler. He didn't come out on the 3-point line. He did the same thing on Epton Reed from LSU. He stayed in the paint. You know, on this guy from Vermont, he's going to have to put a hand in his face, or he's going to score 30 points.
Here's the difference, though. JB, here what I'd say is the difference, though. You get past Davis and Shungu for Vermont. Is Isaiah Powell, or Aaron Deloney, are they as good as Amude? Probably not. I think that's where, you know, Chris Likes and Amude and those guys will be the difference makers, because while they may be able to match, they being Vermont, your top 2 guys to some degree, and I don't think their top 2 is as good as Arkansas's top 2. It's when you get in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th guys where I think Arkansas has the clear edge.
Absolutely, Tommy. I agree 100% with you, man. I think we'll win, but like I said, I think it's going to be a tight game, man. Yeah. I think it's going to be a low scoring. I'm going to say 58-53. It's going to be a dog fight.
Well, that's in Arkansas's wheelhouse right there. So that's what you want.
I think it's going to be a dog fight, and I think, you know, UConn is a good team, and every player on their roster is 6'6" and up, besides their point guard Cole. You know, and look, they got a tough matchup too. So, you know, everybody's just thinking that this is going to be an easy run here to the Sweet 16 for Arkansas is completely wrong.
Yeah. JB, thanks for the call. Vermont averages 75 points a game, but if a game's in the 50s, Arkansas is going to win it. You know,
Arkansas is going up against a team tonight that, and just listen to this statistic, is number 1 at the country in prohibiting offensive rebounds. So if you're Audice Toney, and if you're Stanley Amude and Jalen Williams and Kamani Johnson, you can't get discouraged when they keep boxing you out. Now, you don't want to pick up offensive fouls, but this team this season has been awesome at blocking people out, not letting them crash the glass. Again, the number 1 team in the country. Now, it's a lot different playing teams in their league relative to teams in the SEC blocking those guys out.
You know what the best way to not have to worry about offensive rebounds is?
Making the shots.
Make the shot. Absolutely.
That's a good point.
You'll go to Reed? We got time for Reed here? No, we don't have time for Reed. So we'll get back to the phones. Reed, hang on. We'll get to your call next. Hey, our friends at Burton Pools and Spas are getting you ready for spring and summer. It's just around the corner. Hey, we got a beautiful week, and an above-ground pool from Doughboy is the way to go. Payments start as low as $87 a month right now with Burton Pools and Spas on a great Doughboy pool that you can enjoy early this spring. So that's the thing with an in-ground pool. It takes a little more planning, a little more long-term investment, obviously. With a Doughboy above-ground pool, they can have that setting on the way, and you can be enjoying the pool in your backyard this summer. They've got cash and carry savings. You can pick them up today. Work on that project on spring break starting at $19.95. And ask about semi-in-ground pools. That's kind of a good in-between right now. Good savings, plus you get the feel and the benefits of the in-ground pool. And they have a free upgrade to a robotic cleaner when you do a semi-in-ground pool right now. Burton Pools and Spas, Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com. They are your source for backyard fun.
When we come back, we're going to have former Razorback point guard and national champion Corey Beck join us on the Morning Rush.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Support for the Hit That Line Podcast Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. And my family jewels just got added into that number because I just got my new Performance Package 4.0. And let me tell you what, guys, it is a game changer. If you're like me, you've tried other ways of daily grooming, of staying in shape, of when that time is right, you know what I mean, of how to make sure you look good down there. You've tried the razors, you've tried the knockoff brands, but it does not compare to what you're going to get in the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You're going to get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for all your goodies. Trust me, I didn't think there was going to be a product out there that was going to make it safe to go down there. But with the Lawnmower 4.0 and everything else that comes in this package from Manscaped, you're going to be shaving and grooming so much safer. Get that 20% off and free shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use HTL. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sacalé, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Jason Aldean says there's only two means of salvation around here that seem to work: whiskey or the Bible, shot glass or revival. He doesn't want to be stuck in these two ruts. He needs something in between to fulfill his dreams. Hebrews 7:25 says, Jesus is able to save completely those who draw near to God through him. Don't trust your spiritual strut or placing your butt in a church pew or bar stool, because all three will lie to you. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Bet online, where the game starts. News. Call them at 870-326-4630. We have something for everyone.
March is here at Frank Rowe Furniture, and it's my birthday month. Since it's my birthday month, I'm having a big sale with hundreds of dollars off savings on furniture. Not only are we offering big savings, you won't pay a dime on sales tax. That's right. No sales tax on cash or finance prices. I'm not done. We are knocking off $25 on all deliveries. In-store no credit check financing, family owned and service after the sale. Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house.
Hey Hog fans, this is Andy Belkey with Orr Auto Park in Fort Smith. Are you in the market to upgrade or sell your current vehicle? If so, I'm your guy. I have access to one of the largest selections of new and pre-owned vehicles in the area, which means I have a car, truck, or SUV to fit your every need. Give me, Andy, a call or text at 479-285-2280 and let me help you put your dream in your driveway. That's 479-285-2280. Thank you and go Hogs.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Chris into the front court. Tries to cross Ellis over, stops, goes, penetrates, kicks out, no taper, three, and it's good. Hogs have the lead.
Watch the Morning Rush on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Just search Hit That Line.
You know, as we're continuing on a Recruiting Thursday edition of the Morning Rush, I completed my hitthatline.com bracket last night. I found myself, Tommy, going back and wanting to redo certain things completely. You know me. I'm very confident in a lot of things I do. In this case, and I consider myself a college basketball fan, but I am horrendous.
He's making excuses for a bad bracket.
And I think this one's going to be no exception.
Baylor Baylor completely bailed you out last year.
Yeah, and do you have any idea who's going to win the national championship? Because I don't.
Yeah.
I was very confident who's going to win the national championship.
It's either going to be Kansas or Kentucky. Just go look at my bracket.
I have Kansas, and I think I have Kentucky in there as well. That would be a fun national championship. We got that in 2012, I think that's right.
That'd be a brand-name national title game, wouldn't it, right there? All right, if you haven't filled out your bracket, the one place to go is hitthatline.com. Click on Bracket Challenge. Even if you have a group, 5 or 55 or 105, it doesn't matter. You can bring your group over to our contest. Here's the thing. All right, you're at the national site, the Yahoo, the ESPN.com. You're amongst 4 or 5 or 10 million brackets or whatever. You can come over to ours. I'd like to think we have that kind of crowd in our contest. We do not. So your chances of winning actual prizes, far better with us. So if you want to win some like actual prizes, come over. If you got the best bracket, you're going to do well with us. We got prizes for 9 different rounds of the bracket. It's all presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV, and the Stadium Shop. Also brought to you by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith, H&R Block in Northwest Arkansas, Swift's Jewelers in Fayetteville, and Four Corks Wine and Spirits in Fort Smith. You've got less than 4 hours. So get to hitthatline.com, click on Bracket Challenge, and enter your bracket now.
Going to have former Razorback point guard Corey Beck joining us in just a bit, get his thoughts on this team and what it takes to get out of the first weekend, which he was able to do several times in his career. We are brought to you this morning by Razorback Camper Sales. Spring camping season is almost here. They have a huge selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. They also offer full prep and setup at no extra cost, so you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You're going to have access to the best parts and service department in the state, and it's the oldest family-owned RV dealer in Arkansas. They've been doing it for over 50 years. Come see why our customers are always happy in Hot Springs or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com. Let's go to the phone lines and welcome him in. Corey Beck, former Razorback, kind enough to make some time for us this morning. Corey, we really appreciate it. I want to start the 95 season in the NCAA tournament. Everyone remembers you guys getting to a second consecutive national championship, but people forget you guys almost lost in the first game against Texas Southern early. How difficult is it to play a mid-major in the first round when you're expected to win the ball game?
It's very hard. First of all, it's very hard to repeat championships. It's so tough to get back to that level. I think the whole state of Arkansas was praying for us, so we had some lucky breaks that got us through. But mentally, Coach Richardson kept us focused all the way through. It's very important to save your legs as much as possible. But knowing each team are going to be gunning at you, very difficult. You know, you can get up for a lot of games, and a lot of games, people are going to get up for you. So mentally, you have to be prepared for that.
Corey, we were looking at some video and some photos of the team going to Niagara Falls yesterday. It's one of kind of the side trips to their time in Buffalo. Do you remember did Coach Richardson take y'all on these side trips? Do you remember anything fun like that the team did back on your trips to the NCAA tournament?
Well, we just spent a lot of time with him and Ms. Rose. He did a lot of cooking at the house, and during the time at the house, we watched a lot of videos together and just spent a lot of time together. Practice was probably about 35 minutes and filled with music and just basically getting in and getting a sweat, not going real hard at each other, just staying focused. That's the main part, and staying away from the TVs, the newspapers, anything that would turn us in different directions. So we spent a lot of time together and knew that if we won it, it was going to be together, and that was our main focus throughout the run that we had.
Corey Beck with us here on the Morning Rush. When you watch Eric Musselman and his intensity, and you know about the intensity of the coach you played for, any similarities or anything you see in the way they handle their teams that brings back old memories for you, and the way Eric Musselman is so intense with his team?
Well, a lot of people don't know. I met Coach Muss when I played in the Continental League, and that was right out of college. And I played for a team called Sioux Falls Skyforce, and he coached for the Florida Beach Dogs. And the first 2 years we met in the championship each year, and Coach was very, very aggressive. He was a feisty coach. I would have loved to play for him. But the thing that him and Coach Richardson had alike, that they wanted to win no matter what the circumstances was. They were willing to coach you. He would always say, if you fighting a bear, you better not pick the bear. You better pick me. That's the attitude that he installed in us as players on the floor. No matter what, the game was never over with. We can always come back and win. And I see the same thing in Coach Muss.
We're talking with Corey Beck here on the Morning Rush. Corey, you mentioned that will to win and just kind of the team chemistry that you guys had during your years at Arkansas. There were some questions about this team's chemistry with guys coming in through the transfer portal. It's hard to establish that. You had that rut at the beginning of conference play, and then they reeled off 15 of 18 wins. When you're in the course of a season, if you have guys transferred in or new freshmen or whatever, how difficult is it to figure out each other's roles? And in your opinion, how long does it take before you fully realize what each guy is capable of and should be doing out there on the court?
Well, it's incredible, if you ask me, the way that Coach and his staff put this team together, because my first season here, we made it to the Sweet 16, and we all were sitting back watching the championship run that the guys made on TV. And afterwards, I think everybody in the room was teary-eyed. So we went to work that day and stayed in the gym the whole summer. And new guys came in. We all gelled together. So it took a summer and a whole year for us to gel. Now, you see guys come on this team are just fresh in this season, haven't had a full summer of basketball. In some kind of way, we've managed to gel together. I've been watching this team in practice, and I think we got a great group of guys on the floor and on the bench. I still say to this day we hadn't had a perfect game yet played this season. And normally you don't see that. Normally you see a game where, at least one game where a team come out and make every shot that they throw up. But it hadn't happened yet. We've been winning on defense. The defense is the key to our victories. And I'm still waiting on that one game to where we just come out and play unbelievable basketball.
Corey, you and Corliss were on the same page a lot of time, a big man and his point guard. J.D. Note and Jalen Williams have both stepped up from where they were last year to where they are this year. Do you notice any similarities between the connection that Jalen and J.D. share that you and Corliss shared back in the day?
Oh, yeah, defense. A lot of people looked at me as being a defensive stopper, but you looked at Corliss worked his tail off, too, on the defensive end. And the same as Note, like he touches the balls, like just touching the ball on defense, it works miracles for us. And then you look at Jalen Williamson, he touches the ball, he talks to guys. It's important to have that anchor behind you, because as a guard, we're pushing up, but you can always trust that you got help side, and the help side is always there. Lately, I think we've been a little off on defense, but that happens from time to time.
As long as we keep communicating like we're doing on the defensive end, I think we have a great chance of winning a lot of basketball.
Corey, what's the feeling like as a player when you step onto that floor that has the March Madness logo like the team will today, and you know that the whole nation's watching because it's the NCAA tournament? What's the feeling like as a player going into this event?
Well, for me, it was great just to be still playing at this time, and a lot of teams are heading home, and they got to get to the point where they have to watch us play. But at the same time, is not losing focus of the big goal. If you win it, when you win a game, it's good to celebrate that moment. But the next day is back to work. So I basically started the season the first game, every game. I wanted to make sure my intensity level was always up there. So when I get to big games, I raise my level just a little bit. Like every game, if you play it, if it's your last game, you won't have problems at the end of the season.
I'm sure you and some of your teammates and the guys you went through with still stay in touch. What's those texts like? What's those conversations like when you're looking at Hog Ball today and seeing kind of a revival or resurgence in the success of the program? Bud Walton Arena being back to the way it was when it's brand new when you played. What do you and your former teammates, what's the kind of the consensus feeling about where the state of the program is right now?
Well, the thing about Muss, he's brought back guys throughout the year to sit and have lunch, dinner at the gym. After we finish eating together, we all sit back and dialogue about basketball and the things that we've been through and the things that we thought that the guys would go through, and they've asked us questions, and we've done that a couple of times throughout the year. So we're pretty close with the guys that's out there playing right now. So we try to keep them tuned up on the direction of the end of the season and the focus that you have to have. And most of the guys that was here are not here anymore. I've been here for the past 11 years with my company, of course. And so any kind of question, they automatically call me or Clyde Fletcher, and that's about the team, how we're looking. The thing about Muss is he keeps the team on and off the floor focused on the big goal, and that's very important. And the big goal for us is to win the gold ball again this season. And I think the attitude that we have is great. It's high. Our confidence level is high. Right now, we think we can play with anybody in the country, so that's very important.
Me and you are about in the same age range, so it's a weird feeling when you're going there and talking to those players, I'm sure now, and you're hanging out around some guys that weren't even born when you played. How does that make you? How does that make you
funny.
feel? Yeah.
It's funny, man. It's funny because when I was a player, I almost hated when guys came to speak to us because I said, well, I used to think in my mind, what this guy has to talk about that I don't already know. I figured I knew everything at that age. Yeah. But you sit back and look at the overall picture. And I used to be excited when, Ron Brewer, whenever he saw me out, Ron Brewer Sr., whenever he saw me out, he'd pull me to the side and give me some words of wisdom. And that helped me out. So I kind of calmed down a little bit in life. And so now when I go and talk to the guys or when I see one of them around campus, it's very important for me to just say something. It don't have to be all the time about basketball, but just how you doing, how the family doing. Things like that is very important. Yeah. We ask a lot of these guys to come here and play basketball and go to school every day and try your best not to make mistakes in life, but it's tough to do. So it's fun for me to stay close to the guys and continue to be a huge Hog fan.
Yeah,
I love it.
What year were you born? 2002. I got underwear older than you, man.
Yeah. But you know what? The attitude that the guys give me is very respectable. I never look at a guy and when I finish talking to him, like, this guy didn't hear nothing I just said. So these, I love the attitude of the guys, and I'm praying for them that they continue to do well.
Corey, you know what it takes to win a national championship. Do you think this team does?
I think we have that. I think we're a little undersized because when Jalen get in foul trouble, we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we had one more 6'11", 7-footer that was in our rotation, I would feel a whole lot better. On the guard standpoint, I think we can play with anybody. I think we can switch out. We got 6'5", 6'6" kids out there playing, guards, and I think we can compete with anybody on that level. The only place I think we're hurting is one more big guy, and I think Coach is working on that.
Corey, if I remember correctly, that 95 season, I was talking about the Texas Southern. You also went to overtime with Syracuse. Those games were played in Austin, Texas, which is about as hostile environment as it gets for Arkansas Razorbacks. They're going up to the Northeast, Buffalo. I hope there's going to be a good chunk of Arkansas fans that make the trip. I would suspect there might be some more Vermont. If they get past the Catamounts to face UConn, there'll be some Husky fans there on Saturday. Yeah. What's it like going to a place when you're getting to play in Barnhill, getting to play in Budwell Arena, that raucous atmosphere, that advantage, and then going to a neutral site or a place that the cards are even stacked against you? How do you figure that out? How do you navigate through that?
Well, if you can survive, to me, in the SEC, going to Kentucky, going to Tennessee, being able to play in the Bud Wall, I think you can play anywhere in the country because the SEC fans are faithful. The Razorback fans are at the top of the list for me. So that energy was always high. Going to Ole Miss, going to Mississippi State, playing in those arenas was the attitude that you had to have. You had to be almost unbreakable. If you're able to go there and deal with the fans and win a ball game, and then the fans, they clap for you. But if you was able to go there and not able to win, they booze you. It's plain and simple. And if you went there and worked your tail off and won ball games, it was okay. It wasn't a bad thing. Fans were disappointed, of course, but you win when you get out and work hard. So when you go on the road anywhere, it's the same attitude, okay? Have your mindset ready for some boos. Some people are just going to yell against you, of course, but it's the same thing you've been working on since last year, all through the summer, the tour days, the focus to win ball games down the stretch is very important. So I think with this team, we're focused. From last year, we remember the feeling that we had when we lost to a good team that went on to win the championship. And this season, I think we're a couple of notches ahead of where we were last year.
Corey, I'm sure you filled your bracket out. I'd be interested to know who do you have in your Final Four?
I hadn't even I hadn't even filled the bracket out.
Oh man!
It's so crazy because two of my best friends sent me their bracket, and then I had like three guys on the internet send me their bracket, and I was looking at them last night, and I said, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and go through these brackets to see. And I got swamped with paperwork, so hopefully this week I get a chance to fill them out. But Arkansas is definitely one of the teams I got going to the Final Four.
All right,
that's awesome.
That's great. Well, thanks for your time. One of the great legends right here. So.
Corey, appreciate it, man. And last thing before we let you go, you mentioned the paperwork. You mentioned your time being consumed. I know for those who don't know, you've got your own painting company up here in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah. My grandfather was a painter. My dad was a painter. So when I was 5 and 6 years old and wanted to go out and play with the kids, I had to go to work, and I didn't really understand why. But it's kind of in my blood. We have a commercial and residential company that we paint properties. interior, exterior. We also provide sheetrock work, stain flooring, pretty much anything you got to do with a house. We do it at Corey Beck Custom Paint. And the number to that is 479-502-7103. And we do it probably 7 days a week. I like going to the gym and watch the guys. I like going to the gym to watch my daughter play. I got a niece over at Fayetteville High School, so every break that I get is going to be in the gym, watch some basketball. But other than that, I'm helping a client. Because when I first got here, the quality of work is very high here, but the prices was super high. So I was able to bring my company here and start giving people some reasonable prices for some good quality of work, and that's important to me.
Well, we'll let you do the honeydews. That way we can watch the game today. So how about that?
right on, man. I appreciate you guys, man.
All right. The great Corey Beck, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you. God bless.
All right, boy, so many great memories about the games and the times and the era he played in, and the greatest coach ever in this basketball program, and Nolan Richardson was his coach. So many great memories when you think about games with Corey Beck.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten. I think Clay was the one that had to remind me in the 95 season, kind of like a reference with Corey. Y'all know this better than I do. 95, they almost lost to Texas Southern. That was a 16-1. It was a 2-point game, and then followed up, the Syracuse guy calls a timeout pre-overtime, right? Regulation. Help me through this. 95, dude calls a timeout. It's a tech.
It's say very similar to what happened with Michigan and Weber.
Chris Weber in North Carolina, and Arkansas ends up tying it, goes to OT, and they win 96-94, if I remember that correctly. So great memories, great conversation with Corey Beck. If you missed any of it, or if you missed all of it, it'll be in the Bud Light Next Morning Rush podcast, as he got a chance to share some old stories and what he thinks about this basketball team heading into tonight.
Hey, we're heading into spring break. Kids get out of school. If you're still looking for that last-minute getaway, you might give Gaston's a call today, see what's available for a spring break getaway for a few days during the middle of the week. It's a great place to hang out, kick back, fish during the morning, fish during the day. If you love to fly fish, you can walk right out the back door of your cabin, right down to the bank of the White River, and get some cast in. You can get with one of the experienced guides at Gaston's, and they'll take you out bait fishing, or they've got fly fishing guides as well to really have a great time on the White River. If you've been to their Facebook page anytime lately, you've seen some great trophy browns and rainbows. This is that time of the year in the tailwaters of the Bull Shoals Dam where people are really having a lot of luck and a lot of success with those trophy fish that are just memories for a lifetime. So whether it's spring break week or it's the summer coming up, book your trip to Gaston's right now. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
At Clay Maxey Auto Group, making the relationship has been what we've always been about. Can't control the market, but we can control who we are and how we act every day. And we're just going to be really good at being us. It's always been more than just selling the cars or servicing them. It's a people business. We're here to take care of the customer. To me, it's important that it's about the relationship, not the transaction. Come visit us today at Clay Maxey Auto Group.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Level up your outdoor space today at your #1 source for backyard fun, Burton Pools and Spas. Cash and carry above ground pools start at only $19.99. Get up to $900 off in-stock models. Take advantage of upfront savings and low operating costs with a Doughboy semi-in-ground pool. Book yours now and receive a $600 robotic cleaner for free. Create the backyard of your dreams at an affordable price at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and Springdale.
Nobody has more pre-owned trucks than Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford. Work trucks, heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks, single cab, extended cab, and four-wheel drive crew cab trucks. Fords, Chevys, GMCs, Dodge, Ram, and Nissans. And with historic low interest rates, no payments for 90 days, and the most for your trade, Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford is the only place to buy your next truck. Harry Robinson's Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
Brent Higgins Trucking appreciates and loves their valued employees, and they love the Hogs and are proud of all their accomplishments this year. Brent Higgins Trucking is dedicated to driver safety and a high standard of business. They take an interest in their employees, and they're always looking for the best candidates to fill future positions. If you're interested in a career with Brent Higgins Trucking, check out their website, BrentHigginsTrucking.com. That's BrentHigginsTrucking.com.
I'm Matt Brown, PGA professional at the Ben Guerin Golf Course and director of the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. We offer affordable weekly junior golf classes throughout the year to kids ages 3 through 16, including an LPGA, USGA, girls-only golf class. If you're looking for a fun and safe environment for your child to learn the game of golf, then consider the Ben Guerin Youth Golf Academy. Classes start March 22nd. For more information or to sign your child up, call 646-2444.
Gray Steel Structures Incorporated is a family-owned business based in Greenwood specializing in steel structures. Owner Will Gray has 20 years experience doing the job right and making sure you're satisfied with the structure you have a need for. Gray Steel Structures serves both commercial and residential customers. Whatever your need may be, mini storage, RV storage, home workshop, or any metal building need, make Gray Steel Structures your first call. Gray Steel Structures, 252-2783. That's 252-2783.
GraySteelStructuresInc.com. That's Gray with an A.
Everyone loves great Tex-Mex. The best Tex-Mex around is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Tex-Mex brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, pork belly tacos, and the best fajitas in town. And when the Hogs are on TV, it's always half-price apps and taps. Your favorite drinks and the best Tex-Mex in town is at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Who is 33 CBD Supply? Well, they have the largest licensed hemp farm in Oklahoma. They are a local CBD product company and nutrition store that focuses on high-quality product development and education. They sell CBD ingestibles, tropicals, pet, and skincare products that contain no THC or marijuana. Stop by today and take advantage of buy one product, get the second product half off. Use product code ESPN50. 33 CBD Supply is located at 2801 Old Greenwood Road, Suite 11 in Fort Smith. Visit them online at 33cbdsupply.com. That's 33CBD Supply.
Hey, where's the rest of the beer?
I'm probably out unless you clowns brought some.
Well, I've already had 3. Who's going to get more?
Order it from your phone.
From where?
Sody's delivers.
You mean where my girlfriend gets her wine and those cheese plates?
And if you don't want to drive, that's where you can order it. My free beer is gone.
Sody's now delivers inside Fort Smith city limits. Just order from mysodys.com or download the Sody's app and order from your phone. Sody's Wine and Spirits. Experience different.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Got some clips to play for you in this upcoming Hog Update, brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Let's start with the win yesterday. Arkansas defeats Grambling 13-3. Run rule again. I don't know how much you're going to learn about these past 2 games. What you will learn is what they can do against SEC competition, which starts tomorrow against Kentucky in Baum-Walker Stadium.
What you might find out later on in the year is these games against Grambling hurt you rather than help you, even though you won them, because sometimes the RPI and the way all the metrics work in baseball, we've seen games it's kind of like a quad 4 in basketball. Just the virtue of that being on your schedule can be damaging, even though you won them in walk-off, runaway fashion. So that will be interesting to see. Does Grambling give you any kind of lift at all in your strength of schedule? Generally not. Can actually move you backwards just by the virtue of playing them.
Spring practice has been going on the last couple of days. Sam Pittman, got a chance to talk with him yesterday. Here's what he said about the big uglies up front and what he wants on his offensive line.
The biggest line in all of football, and they were pretty good too. I think most of them had played in the NFL, and or maybe all of them. That starting 5 group. But I don't like a sloppy looking guy, but I like a big guy with feet. And you're right, we're huge right now, and probably some of them are a little too big.
Do you hear what he said? He doesn't like a big sloppy guy, but he likes a guy that can move and is big with feet. Now, will we qualify as big sloppy guys?
No, we're not big. We might be sloppy a little bit, particularly at lunchtime, but I think we got pretty good footwork here. I think our footwork could hold up. I think the stature, size, and brawn of our frames would probably limit our playing time. We'd probably get very few snaps.
My ankle's feeling a little bit better. Footwork wasn't great on Monday night, but ankle is feeling a little bit better. It's amazing what ice and elevation, thank you, Dr. Steve Heim, does for you when it comes to spraining your ankle. Barry,
you needed help to know to ice and elevate?
I just wanted to ask a qualified doctor in the medical field if that was just who has expertise.
I bet when he hung up, when Steve hung up, he said, that's the dumbest question I've ever been asked.
I just wanted to verify that that's what I was supposed to do. I don't know any of that stuff. I didn't go to medical school. I'm not a doctor. Just wanted to verify it.
Okay.
And now my ankle feels better. Now I'm gonna lay it on pretty thick this week. And the guy that injured it, I'm gonna see him at some point, and we're probably gonna be hanging out. And we're probably a whole.
You need crutches. You need a walking boot. You need the whole schmear.
Our girlfriend's gonna have the big sympathy card that I'm gonna play this weekend. It's like, he jumped on my ankle, and it hurt really, really. And I know he's listening right now because he's driving to work.
Throw the word intentional on that.
Yeah, it was intentional. I drove by him, and
it was flagrant.
He just kicked my ankle. I'm lucky he didn't fracture. No reason.
I thought we were friends.
Don't understand it, man. Come on. Oh, man. All right, Eric Musselman. We know he likes to use clips for motivation, and this was spot on from him yesterday, talking about these national analysts who have the audacity to pick the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Coach, it seems like a lot of people, especially some national media folks, like Vermont as a possible upset pick. I just wonder what you make of that, and if you talk to the team about that at all, and what you say, if so.
Yeah, they've seen all the clips, and they'll continue to see the clips, just as they did last year. My wife continues to remind me it's not everybody. Any way, shape, or form that you can motivate your team, that's our job, to try to figure out every button that you can possibly push to get your team in the right mental frame.
I love listening to that. Just as pure as silk.
The disrespect.
Keeps coming,
Clutch your pearls.
Jeff Goodman was actually at the press conference, and if I was there, I should have texted Drew. I would have said, now, Coach, I would have framed it similar as like a lot of national analysts and maybe Jeff Goodman and looked at him and then kept on talking, picked Vermont.
You wouldn't have done that. You're a big talker here in Arkansas, 1,100 miles away.
I got big cojones wherever I go.
Not
it doesn't really matter. In person, on radio. Would have called him out to his face.
Would not have
now,
at
Drew
all.
didn't do that. I'm a little disappointed in him, but I would have definitely, if I was in Buffalo, New York, done that. I do wonder.
Not a chance.
You think Goodman picked Vermont?
Does he even have Arkansas in the top 25 right now? Can we get
question.
Sterner's mom on the phone and discuss this right now, how she feels about it?
I did enjoy that. Goodman has a sense of humor. He had Sterner's mom on the show, and it was very entertaining. We played the clip a couple weeks ago. It's pretty good. 2 more things for you. You got 2 Gatorade Players of the Years in each state in this next recruiting class. Darian Ford wins back-to-back First time that's happened since North Little Rock's Kayvon Allen. And then Barry Dunning Jr. wins it in the state of Alabama. Plus, you got 2 McDonald's All-Americans.
Yeah, because Nick
Walsh.
Smith's no good.
Yeah, you got Walsh and Nick Smith Jr.
Yeah.
You think that, in all honesty, now I know they're both state champions. They're both MVPs of their games. Do you think that Nick is irritated that he didn't win it this year? I don't know Nick personally. I don't know if that is appealing
Listening
to him.
to what he said on the AETN broadcast after his championship game, moving to North Little Rock to win a state title was clearly important to him, and then walking away with the MVP as well. So I think that was the kind of that last box he wanted to check was being a state champion. So he got to do that. Ford, I think it was, 3-time MVP, 3-time state champion in Magnolia. So, yeah, I think Nick Smith's probably pretty satisfied with the way things ended for him and that move to North Little Rock and the way it worked out. Because there's no guarantees when you transfer that it's going to work out.
For those who don't remember, the Sylvan Hills to North Little Rock, I can't remember how far he got as a Bear. It's the Bear, their mascot, Sylvan Hills.
That's right.
Because we played them in high school. I think it was the Bears. I don't remember where he ended up, but that was kind of the big offseason drama in Arkansas high school sports was Nick Smith transferring. But good to see both of those young men win state championships, including I don't remember if Barry won his or not. I know they got decently far, but cool to see that Arkansas, that recruiting class just looks better and better as these awards keep coming out.
Yeah, so we'll see, but you look at Arkansas's class, it's just more validation of the quality that Muss has recruited.
That's going to do it for your Hog Update, brought to you by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
2 questions to pose here following your Hog Update. Do more men actually get vasectomies this month, particularly on this day? This week.
Today.
As an excuse to watch March Madness all day long and all day tomorrow, all day Saturday and all day Friday? And do you like or dislike Sister Jean as Loyola Chicago is back in the fold?
She's so sweet. How could you dislike
There's
Sister Jean?
some people that don't like her.
Well, what do you not like? Do you not like prayer? Do you not like the Lord? What's wrong with you? What are you, an atheist?
There's
What's
some
wrong
people
with
that
you?
don't like her. Now, they get matched up against another Catholic school, Villanova. If they win their 10-7, I think Loyola Chicago's a 10 seed, and they would get Villanova in the second round. There's a lot of people that are picking them to beat Villanova. Curious if that ends up panning out the Big East champion. There's a lot of fun games that we'll get to later on in the program as well.
Get that bracket in. You're running out of time. HitThatLine.com. Bracket Challenge. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV, and the Stadium Shop. Tonight, be it Joe's Grill and Canteen. In fact, you can go all day starting at 11. All-American Thursday. They got their classic burger and the barbecue sandwich. It's got the Tex-Mex flair with it on special today. Plus specials throughout happy hour from 3 to 6. Tonight, during the Arkansas game, half-price apps and taps. So all the beers on tap, half price, all the appetizers, half price, probably beginning just a little after 8 tonight for the Arkansas-Vermont game. It's all at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith.
When we come back, Tom Murphy gives us a view of this game tonight, plus spring football and a little baseball talk.
Get a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air. And there is no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems. And you get the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Get a free furnace when you purchase a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com. Ashley Air is a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics.
Finding your niche is key to making it in today's world. Hi, this is Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. I found my niche in the NFL for 10 years as a long snapper. Now I've found my niche with Henderson Phillips, helping business owners and executives get the most value for the top dollar on employee benefits. I am Brett Goo with Henderson Phillips. Call or text me today at 479-651-2292. That's 479-651-2292.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. Our #1 volume lure out of our 20 fishing brands is the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. We make them by the millions in our facility in Fort Smith, and the Baby Shad is without a doubt the #1 soft plastic crappie lure in the U.S. Fish it on a light jig head or underneath a float, and you'll find it's as productive as live bait. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Bobby Garland Baby Shad.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Stop by your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where it's happy hour all day, every day. $4 cocktails, $5 wines, and $2 draft beers. It's free to join Fridays Rewards. Get free chips and salsa or $3 off any appetizer. And this weekend, get the madness kicked off with 25% off party platters and family meal bundles to go. Just go to Fridays.com to order. It's your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 and Rogers in Fort Smith.
March is here at Frank Rowe Furniture, and it's my birthday month. Since it's my birthday month, I'm having a big sale with hundreds of dollars off savings on furniture. Not only are we offering big savings, you won't pay a dime on sales tax. That's right, no sales tax on cash or finance prices. I'm not done. We are knocking off $25 on all deliveries. In-store no credit check financing, family owned, and service after the sale. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
It's time to get in the game, Fort Smith. Hi, Coach Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources. I'm a maniac for March basketball, but if I'm going to catch all the games, I need your help. So I've cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride. 1, pick the perfect car for you from our huge inventory of Rath road-ready vehicles, each one hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. 2, pass me your old ride. 3, I'll come in with the assist and give you up to $3,300 more than appraised value. So if your old ride makes you feel second string, slam dunk your junk and start driving better today in a nicer, newer car from Rath Auto Resources. Keeping the car you have? Get it ready for spring in our Meineke Car Care Center with a free AC check, half-off brakes, and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. But hurry, this deal's done at the buzzer. Only at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
Do you find yourself smacking yourself in the face every time you walk out in your yard? Well, Mosquito Joe can fix your itch. Mosquito Joe has a team of licensed, professional mosquito control experts to rid your yard of those pesky mosquitoes so you can actually enjoy your yard anytime, day or night. To get started for just $39, call Mosquito Joe today, 479-202-9960. That's 202-9960, or visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer opens like every other seltzer, pours like every other seltzer, but it's not like every other seltzer. USDA certified organic, no added sugar, and low cal, so you've never seen another seltzer quite like it. And with new refreshing flavors like black cherry and watermelon strawberry, you've never tasted one like it either. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the middle 70s. Our next disturbance knocks on the door tonight with showers, a chance of thunderstorms, and an overnight low in the low 50s. Occasional showers, a few thunderstorms on Friday, falling temperatures throughout the afternoon. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today. You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith. This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, Please drink responsibly.
Jalen and JD, y'all are coming off of the Elite Eight, obviously, last year, and great stretch of run up into the SEC tournament. But it feels like nationally y'all are still getting put on quote-unquote upset watch with this Vermont team. Is that adding any extra motivation for y'all going into this game tomorrow?
For sure, but I feel like that's been our thing since the beginning of this season. Like, we've always been overlooked. We were 0-3 at the beginning of the conference, and everybody turned their back on us, and we just kept believing in each other. So what this team can do, I feel like it's the sky's the limit. We believe in each other. We believe that the guy next to us is going to make the big shot every game, no matter who it is. So we just keep believing on each other, and we're going to go game by game.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse. And we've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
I don't like you because you're dangerous. That's right. I am dangerous.
Streaming live from
Hit that line.
.com.
I hit the 7-iron like John Daly hits the 3.
This is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
You just gotta keep living, man.
And Tommy Kraft.
We follow orders or people die. Are we clear?
The Morning Rush starts right now.
Yes, sir.
Great question from our guy Drew Barrett to Jalen Williams as he is live in Buffalo. We're live in Buffalo all week long. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. Make sure you stay with us tonight starting at 7 o'clock for Drew and I during the pregame. Now, I did get a interesting text from my brother during the break. I find that most of the time when it comes to holidays or specific events, I'm the one that wears over-eccentric apparel. But you this morning, I'm proud of you. Maybe I'm rubbing off on you a little bit. Going over the top.
I've taken extra precautions to never let that happen.
This is a good thing. Tommy is letting himself loose. I'm trying to get him out of his suit mode, and I do enjoy those glasses. I really do.
Yeah, if you're looking on the live stream right now, I got my Laura had bought, by the way, happy anniversary, babe. Today's our 18th anniversary today. She had bought a pack of St. Patrick's Day glasses, and they're not headbands, but she got these for the kids to wear to school and stuff. The deal is you just wear them on your head, and it's got the little like antennas or whatever that pop out with like green something on it. So I didn't go quite that far that I was going to wear a headband in here this morning with antennas coming out of my head, but I guess I could save that for next year.
We don't have to worry about getting pinched because we're both wearing green, which is good.
I've got my Masters green on, so I'm ready to go for next week already. And then I got my Irish St. Patrick's Day glasses on, which I could, reading is kind of part of what we do here.
Difficult.
This is, look through these. It's like trying to read through mini blinds. That's what those glasses are like, trying to read through them.
You almost have to figure out a slit to specifically look through.
You got to focus through there. So clearly anyone watching right now on the live stream can tell those glasses obviously look better on me than you.
You just have to say this phrase, your future's so bright you can't even see.
You got to wear shades. Future's so bright you got to wear
can't see.
Luck of the Irish shades this morning.
Is it unlucky that, and I forget which listener texted us earlier, Tommy, that Vermont's colors are green? Is that unlucky that the Irish will be on their side tonight?
How often, someone's probably got this stat out there. I haven't looked because I don't think it matters, but how often do you play in the NCAA tournament on your first day on St. Patrick's Day? I'm sure it's happened before where we've played on March 17th, but because it's always at this time of the year. So interesting. We'll get to Tom Murphy and your calls coming up. We're brought to you by, I can't do it, I got to take these off, Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect. Right now, the Cedarville zone is opening up with more and more of Arkansas Valley Electric cooperative customers enjoying high-speed internet in Cedarville, Natural Dam, Uniontown, and Crawford County, plus anywhere else. If you're an Arkansas Valley Electric cooperative customer, find out if you live in a new zone for them at waveruralconnect.com. You can sign up there. This internet service is awesome, and it starts at $49.95 a month. It is life-changing. I'm going to be honest. I live in the city, so you have better internet in the country, in the rural area, than I've got at my house, and I'm a bit jealous. I'll be honest with you. We've got a similar product with the high-speed fiber at our place on the river, and it is just a joy because you don't have to ever worry about Netflix or something buffering or ever having a problem, it is always right there. Call 833-4WAVE-RC for Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect. That's 833-492-8372. Or sign up and get installed online at waveruralconnect.com. Wave Rural Connect and Arkansas Valley Electric, changing the communities they serve.
Tom's itching to come on, and we're itching to bring him in. But first, we'll welcome in Charlie and Camden to the program. Charlie, your thoughts on this game tonight? I'm a little nervous, and I hope my nerves are quickly subsided by some Razorback scoring early.
Well, I get your point. I get your nerves, Ty, because I think you're talking about a team that is experienced and has been together, and they're going to be confident coming in. You know, it reminds me of Colgate last year, and I think Colgate is in another bracket. And in one of my brackets, I picked them to upset Wisconsin, because I think they're going to come in knowing that they gave Arkansas a nice game last year and knowing they can play with somebody. But the reason I understand why you're nervous. I understand where Billis is coming from the standpoint of, you know, look, at the end of the day, Vermont is a good three-point shooting team, you know, and they do run a five-out offense. One thing Arkansas has got to do is they really got to focus on that drill that they always focus on, and that's keeping those hands out. You got to close high, and you got to close with your butt down, because they're going to try to take you off the dribble if you close hard and get to the rim. But you can't give up threes in this game. So if you're going to play them the way I think they're going to play them, and you can't settle for a three if you're not making them early, you know, Ty, I get what you're saying, because Arkansas sometimes starts off slow from the three-point line in some games. So they can't settle. They got to be aggressive. They got to try to get to the rim. Vermont cannot guard them at the rim if they get there. Now, I expect Vermont to try to play a little zone. You know, they're going to try to back off and make them shoot. But Arkansas cannot settle, you know, and unless they're making them. You know, if they're making them, then I get it. But take them. But, you know, and don't just not take them. You got to take a few. But Vermont is more of a three-point shooting team. We get that. I get where Billis is coming from. You know, and what he did say is Arkansas is a terrible matchup for UConn. If they were to get there and play UConn, that UConn would lose to Arkansas. But he thinks UConn will beat Vermont. So I get what he's trying to say. This tournament is about matchups, man. Arkansas is going to have to close, like I said, high. They're down, and they're going to have to be disciplined defensively. They can't be like A&M. They can't overhelp and give up threes. So I appreciate it, and I'll hang up with you.
Charlie, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'll give you an example. So when we play pickup basketball, there are certain matchups that you take advantage of, right? You have a guy in front of you that can't guard you. And a lot of times it's me, and there'll be someone, I'll get switched on to a guy that played college.
Anything involving you.
Yeah, I'll get switched on a guy that played college ball, and I just hear his teammates going, cook him. And typically, Josh, Jace, whoever it is, cooks me, and good ankle, bad ankle, I'm toast. Arkansas should do that all night tonight. There's not a single one of these guys that can guard J.D. Notte, Jalen Williams, Audis Tony, Stanley Amoud. They just don't. They're just in a different class than you. Don't settle for jumpers. Don't settle for a bunch of three-point attempts. Dunk on their faces tonight. Show them there is a difference from SEC basketball and mid-major basketball. Like every single one of you know, there is a massive difference. Hopefully, we will see it on display tonight.
You're a 4 seed. Play like it.
Easier said than done, but that's the reality of the situation. Let's welcome in our guy, Tom Murphy, who is kind enough to be a little flexible with us this morning. Tom, good morning. Eric Musselman yesterday being asked, you've been showing these national media clips to players? He said, absolutely. Did it last year, doing it again this year. Do you like that? Do you think Arkansas fans enjoy that he seems to be motivated by what a lot of national analysts think about his team?
Well, and absolutely. And in modern coaching styles and the philosophy, what motivates kids? And if people are, disrespecting, quote you, and have certain takes on you, then why not put it out there? And so, I don't have a problem with it in the least. I think they've got to be really careful tonight to try to get an edge early, and that means getting inside, being good passers, and because when they do that, you'll see a lot of Tony and Amude dunk. and I think they need to do a lot of that. And the question is, how do you impose your superior athleticism on them? Get inside, draw fouls. Don't let them make early threes the way Colgate did last year and in some other games like A&M. So if they go in and rebound, and they'll do well. And here's the thing. If Vermont gets a lead, the crowd up there, they'll turn on the favorite. And Vermont's closer to home. So in some ways, this is going to be like, you against the rest of the arena. There'll be some Razorback fans there, but I have a feeling if Vermont's in the game, the crowd will usually go with the underdog. So got to be very careful.
Here's a quote from their star player, Ryan Davis, yesterday, their conference's player of the year. Said, they aren't a big team, so we'll definitely have opportunities to score down low. Again, he's talking about Arkansas. If I'm Jalen Williams and I'm hearing that quote, I'm pretty motivated heading into this matchup tonight, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, look, Vermont's a well-rounded team. They've got some bigs. I mean, when you win at the rate that they've been winning, and you win your conference tournament, your championship, you're confident in your style of play. You're confident what got you there. But it's like you said for my lead-in, Arkansas has an athletic advantage, and you have to impose that on them. And I think that means being very physical. Now, if you sense early on that the refs are calling some touch fouls and semi over the backs, then you have to adjust. But I think if Arkansas drives inside, dribble penetrates, even against the zone, and finds the open spots, then they can impose their athleticism on Vermont.
I think we've established Ryan Davis, their point forward, their power forward, and Ben Shungu, their guard, are their best two players. Arkansas's best two, I think most people would say, are J.D. Note and Jalen Williams. So if that matchup is even, does this game, Tom, come down to how well Trey Wade, how well Chris Likes off the bench, Devo Davis, Amude, Arkansas's next 3 or 4 players just being noticeably better than the next 2, 3, 4 players for Vermont? Is that where the game is decided ultimately tonight?
I mean, it could be, and that's why you've recruited the way you have. That's why you've seen Tony have a couple of big games lately. I think Trey Wade will be super motivated. He hasn't scored much lately. I mean, he's getting the minutes. He's got to be a big rebounder for Arkansas, just a good facilitator tonight. And, yeah, Devo Davis has had a couple of off games. Chris Likes has risen up more recently. So, yeah, very much so your bench could be a telltale factor. And it's like you guys were saying, don't just settle for 15, 16-foot jumpers. Work your offense, get it inside. And if any of those guys, particularly Amude, gets hot, they can you can ride them to a win.
Yeah. Their big guy, Ryan Davis, is the leading scorer at 17. Shungu at 16 points a game. Then it's a noticeable drop-off because then you go down to Powell with 8 and Deloney with 7. So, I mean, there's a noticeable difference between their second player, the first and second player, and the rest of their roster. And by the way, Davis and Shungu both shoot north of 40% from three-point range. Eric Musselman, man, you give him time. He's really good about taking the opponent's best player out of the game. Tom, what do you think the defensive matchup or the defensive game plan will be on those two guys in particular?
Yeah, you'll probably see Tony start out on the guard, Ben, and but I'm sure they'll mix it up. But Tony's been their guy that they want on the perimeter guarding dudes, and so I think you'll see that. You don't want Note to get in foul trouble if he drives. So, but I'm sure they'll swap off some, and Williams will probably be on the big man, Davis.
Tom Murphy with us here on the Morning Rush, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports. Tom, you're wearing many hats this week. You're having to worry about football, basketball, baseball. I had some good questions for Coach Pittman yesterday. Is there anything he said? I know we're just entering spring ball, but anything of noteworthy that you think needs to be shared with our audience this morning?
Well, I thought one of the most telling things he said, and he did it in his typical way, and it was this. I think our guys realize that if we just put the work in, we have a chance to be a pretty good team. And in Sam Pittman speak, that is, this team is bought into the way they practice. Y'all, if you watch the full practices that we have, the first 3, they're thudding up and even with the spider pads on, there's a real physicality to it. And I'm noticing it the most just in one-on-one receiver versus DBs. There's a lot of clutching, grabbing, pushing, and the kind of things that when the season starts you can't do, but they're doing it to toughen each other up. And it makes the receivers have to work harder to get open, to fend guys off. Alabama, that's the way they play in game. So I think it's made Keytron Jackson better. Jaden Hazelwood has impressed me. Sometimes 5 stars, they're a little bit like, just get me going in the game. No, Hazelwood has come out here and has been physical. He dinged up his shoulder in the first practice, stayed in there, ran a reverse after that, and had some catches. And KJ Jefferson's deep ball has been good. But I'll tell you, so far, my take is the defense, you can just see there's more aggression there. And Sam Pittman said that they're going to have to do some more solitaries or singles, meaning, 5-man pressures. And I think so far it's been pretty good. And you're seeing I think they're going to have some depth in the defensive backfield. I could go on and on, but, if you can find go-to receiver to just kind of be 75, 80% of what Burks was and have a ground game and get a little bit more of a pass rush, Arkansas is going to be, the same quality or perhaps better than they were last year.
And that's one of the questions you asked Pittman was about Jaden Hazelwood, if he could be the number one guy. He kind of chuckled and went on to talk about it a little bit. It doesn't look like he's running that fast, and then next thing you know, he is. But I want to ask you mentioned the pass rush. What have you seen from Drew Sanders? He's got a good-looking height and weight. You mentioned 5-star. He's a 5-star out of Texas coming over from Alabama. What has he shown you to this point in time?
Yeah, great physicality. He's just as tall as he is. I think he's listed at 6'5". He's got an agility about him that's a little bit uncommon for a guy his size. I think they're low-key excited about the linebacker core, the guys they're going to add to Bumper Pool. And, it's been a few years since we've seen a change-out, so to speak, at linebacker. But I think between Drew Sanders, between Pooh Paul, and they love Jordan Crook, and, Jackson Woodard, he flashes. I mean, the kid's a walk-on, but he flashes, and he did it in some games last year too. So I think they feel like they're getting a little depth together at linebacker, and, we haven't seen them all play together yet. But yesterday, both Pooh Paul and Sanders, missed an assignment or did something, and they were just, the intensity was unreal for a spring practice, and it shows – their commitment to, doing things right. And I think we're going to see some solid linebacker play after watching some good linebacker play the last couple of years.
Let's get you out of here on this. The defense features 2 new position coaches. What have you seen so far when watching the secondary and the corners and the defensive line and the new coaching that's going on in those spots?
Yeah, as it stands, the positions I've been in at practice, I've heard a lot of Deke Adams and Dominic Bowman. Now, you're going to start hearing a lot about this. Dwight McLaughlin, the new cornerback, the transfer from LSU, he's an excitable guy. And so Dominic Bowman has had to be pretty, hey, calm down. You don't do so much talking. And Sam Pittman even said it yesterday. He's a talker. Well, we don't do that around here. So, he'll learn. He's a great cover guy. He's long-limbed. He's tall, and we can really use his cover skills. But Dwight has got to kind of understand the Sam Pittman way. You don't jabber and get in the other guy's face after every play. And then Deke Adams, just a real mature veteran voice that we've been hearing him talk to the D lineman. And Sam Pittman, pointed out yesterday that both of the new position coaches, he really likes the way they teach and coach, and he thinks they're going to be better at those 2 positions.
Tom, good stuff. Good luck on your bracket today in the games as they get underway here in a few hours, and we'll wrap up the weekend with you on Monday.
Sounds great, y'all, and best of luck to everybody else on their bracket.
There you go. We all need luck here on St. Patrick's Day to get our brackets in the first 16 games today off on the right foot. Hogs tonight, 8:20. Our pregame coverage really all day long begins at at 3 o'clock today with Ruskin and Zach. We'll carry you right up to the game with our special pregame show live from Buffalo at 7 o'clock as well. Hey, if you live or you're traveling through Central Arkansas, make sure you make plans to get to the Wood Grill Buffet in Benton. It's off of exit 118 at the Congo exit, right behind the IHOP. That's where you'll find it. Thursday through Sunday, lunch and dinner from 10:45 to 8:30. They're serving up 30 meats, 55 side items, 70 salad items, and 25 desserts to choose from. So get by for comfort food at its finest at the Wood Grill Buffet in Benton. The Hamner family, they've been doing this for 40 years. You're going to love this great buffet. 1916 Congo Road in Benton. Again, just off exit 118, right behind the IHOP. See more at woodgrillbuffetbenton.com. It's the Wood Grill Buffet at exit 118 off I-30.
We'll get into some audio coming up, including this soundbite from Eric Musselman. He made a promise to Audice Toney and Stanley Amude and fulfilled it.
If we weren't playing in this tournament, then they could call me a liar, because part of the recruiting pitch was we are going to the NCAA tournament. We don't know what's going to happen when we get there, but we have the talent, we have the culture that if you guys come to Arkansas, we're going to give you an opportunity to play in this tournament, because if we don't make it, it's going to be self-inflicted.
And they're in the tournament. Stanley Amude and Audice Toney's first opportunity tonight. Can't wait for those two young men to experience it for the first time. Tell you what, you can't wait to experience as well. And this is coming up in late July. That is the 8th annual Peacemaker. All ages welcome on the river here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Friday and Saturday, you can go to peacemakerfest.com for tickets. Check out the photos. Check out the videos on Instagram and Facebook as well. The headliners, Zach Bryan, Lucas Nelson, and Promise of the Real. Charlie Crockett, the Steel Woods. Others have been announced. Again, go to peacemakerfest.com. Over $650,000 has been given to local nonprofits as of late during this event. It's a great one. peacemakerfest.com. When we come back, what does the West region look like?
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort.
Support for the Hit That Line Podcast Network is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer to you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. And my family jewels just got added into that number because I just got my new Performance Package 4.0. And let me tell you what, guys, it is a game changer. If you're like me, you've tried other ways of daily grooming, of staying in shape, of when that time is right, you know what I mean, of how to make sure you look good down there. You've tried the razors, you've tried the knockoff brands, but it does not compare to what you're going to get in the Performance Package 4.0 by Manscaped. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You're going to get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, the Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag for all your goodies. Trust me, I didn't think there was going to be a product out there that was going to make it safe to go down there. But with the Lawnmower 4.0 and everything else that comes in this package from Manscaped, you're going to be shaving and grooming so much safer. Get that 20% off and free shipping with the code HTL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use HTL. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab.
C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Jason Aldean says there's only two means of salvation around here that seem to work: whiskey or the Bible, shot glass or revival. He doesn't want to be stuck in these two ruts. He needs something in between to fulfill his dreams. Hebrews 7:25 says, Jesus is able to save completely those who draw near to God through him. Don't trust your spiritual strut or placing your butt in a church pew or bar stool, because all three will lie to you. I'm Pastor Heath from Woodland. Think about it.
It's that time of year as college basketball takes center stage with the tournament finally upon us. If you're looking to wager this year, BetOnline is the #1 spot for all your updated odds and info, along with great contests, including the bracket contest, where you can have a chance to take home the top prize. Head over to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. That's BLEAV. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Bet online, where the game starts.
BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Get a 100% sign-up bonus when you sign up right now. That's BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Put you in 500, they'll match 500. You put in 1,000, they'll match 1,000. So it's a great place to start. All the tournament games are there. Plus, they got a full sports book, race book, and casino. So if you like a little blackjack or some poker, you can do that as well. And it's safe and secure. So go to BUSR.com/Morning Rush and get your 100% deposit bonus when you sign up today. That's BUSR.com/Morning Rush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.com.
So before we take our next caller, who happens to have helped me be alive on this planet today, I want to
one way of putting it.
I want to be very clear about something. I share all of his good qualities, if there are any that I possess. He has a bunch of them. I don't as possess it. All the bad qualities, I don't know where those came from. The swearing, the at points excessive drinking, some of the other stuff.
Probably John Neighbors early on in your career.
That is not from my father. So as we welcome in, Dad, is this the first time you're driving to Fort Worth right now, which I would love to have been driving down.
When I
with
answered
you.
the phone, he said it's Baylor Brad, which I knew exactly who he was and where he was headed. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
We are well on a St. Patrick's Day, and I guess green is the apropos color, as Ty always reminds us that Baylor runs through your blood. So.
It does. I actually have my Baylor green on today, but I'll be pulling for Arkansas later this evening. So it'll be a late night. We're one of the last games, or Baylor's not, but the Kansas game is one of the latter games. So it'll be a late night, a lot of fun. Yeah. So we, as Ty said, we used to go to these games a bunch, and they're always a lot of fun. So I'm excited, glad that the Gay let me go, and I can spend a couple of days and watch them play and hang out with Ty's brother, Joseph. So anyway, it's all good.
Yeah, get the better of the two boys there
That's what all
with
my
you.
friends
so,
said, the better Richardson.
I appreciate you giving me a heads up to make sure you had to stay here and work. That's why we sent Drew. It all worked out perfectly for you. So.
Well, yeah, it did. It worked out, and it's a little cheaper when he's not around. You know how it is on the food budget.
Absolutely. Hey, just expense it. That's his answer to everything.
It's a great philosophy
just
to have.
expense it.
I don't think my boss would go for that. So anyway, well, y'all have a great day. Love the show.
All right, Dad. Be safe.
Glad
have a
you
good
do,
time
because
this weekend.
if you don't like the show, I'm not sure anybody else will.
Yeah, if you can't have your father's appreciation.
Well, and I wish Clay was on, because I would say, Clay, I love the fact that you give him a hard time. Let's keep it up.
Clay may be listening right now. I've received a few texts this morning, so you may have delivered the message even without him being here.
He's going to use that as
All
firepower
right.
tomorrow.
Well, y'all have a great day.
All right.
Go Bears and go home.
All right, I like it. So Baylor Brad, who I guess if you looked at the bloodline, this was a horse race. We looked at the bloodlines. That would be your sire right there. So.
He would be, yeah. His I can't go into the details of how I was born, but yeah, if not for him, I would not be here today. Now,
well,
I will
appreciate
say
you not doing that.
I will say this: from 6 to 9 a.m. Again, I like to characterize myself as the cockiest human on planet Earth. He did not say, even though that I knew Baylor was going to win that game last year in the Elite Eight, did not say a word leading up to it, and really did not say much. I think he sent one text to our family group message. 3 stepsisters went to Arkansas. I went to Arkansas. Brother went to Arkansas. He might have sent one Baylor gift, but was not over the top, because at that point in time, I was not ready.
You would not have done at all.
I would have let him have it like no other son has let his father have it when it comes to competition of nature before. But then again, the few good qualities that I have are from him.
Emphasis on few.
The bad qualities that I possess, I did not learn from Baylor, Brad. So it's very difficult to.
That's what a life of radio will do.
Just rips
Lots
you up,
of drinking
man.
and smoking
and rips you up. I haven't started the smoking yet, thank goodness.
Yet.
But at some point in time, I need to scruffle this voice a little better. It occasionally gets high pitched, and
occasionally,
and I need to figure out a way to get it deeper. And smoking cigarettes, I will say, I took a nap. My dad is going to take a nap. I would guess at some point today that he is notorious for that. I need to come clean about something. I took a nap yesterday. I couldn't sleep last night. I pulled out the Crown Royale bottle and had a small glass of
on a work night.
My roommate didn't have any of his sleeping pills, and I couldn't fall asleep. So I
which is probably better for you, little nip of whiskey or pharmaceuticals.
Probably pharmaceuticals, right? He didn't have any, and that's why I was
all
frustrated.
Natural. You know, whiskey, it's all natural. It all came out of the earth.
I feel like I needed to come clean with you, my dad, and the Morning Rush crew rather than that I drank during the week, which is so uncharacteristic of me.
Hey, be sure and get back. In fact, if you need a better night's sleep, I've got just the one to fix you up here. Cheap Sleep Furniture and Mattress. Perfect segue. Home of the largest same-day selection of mattresses and no waiting. Cheap Sleep, locally owned, been around for 16 years. stores. People you can like, people you can trust, and they've got overstock specials up to 75% off retail on furniture. We're talking brands like Serta, Sealy, Beauty Rest, and more, up to 70% off on mattresses. So if you're looking for a better night's sleep, they've got it at Cheap Sleep. Couches and love seats start at $8.99, and they are all over our Morning Rush listing area. You'll find them in Springdale, Bentonville, Conway, and in Fort Smith, and on the web at cheapsleepnow.com. That's cheapsleepnow.com. Come see Cheap Sleep Furniture and Mattress. There is a location near you.
When we come back, SEC update and Richard Davenport to wrap up a Thursday edition next.
On the road to the Final Four with the Hogs is brought to you by Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Sportsbook, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, and Big Red Stores of Arkansas.
Level up your outdoor space today at your #1 source for backyard fun, Burton Pools and Spas. Cash and carry above ground pools start at only $19.99. Get up to $900 off in-stock models. Take advantage of upfront savings and low operating costs with a Doughboy semi-in-ground pool. Book yours now and receive a $600 robotic cleaner for free. Create the backyard of your dreams at an affordable price at Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and Springdale.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Sports fans, it's March Madness. Where are you going to bet? I know where I will. BUSR, of course. NCAA basketball, NBA, MLB, you name it, they got it. Besides sports and racing, you can play over 300 casino games at BUSR.com. And remember, no download is needed to play these games. Sign up today and get an exclusive 100% deposit bonus by going to BUSR.com/morningrush. That's BUSR.com/morningrush. Bet with confidence. Bet with BUSR.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC wants to buy your vehicle, and they'll pay top dollar today. Pre-owned car values are at an all-time high, and your car is worth more today than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
New for 2022 and in stock now at the Golf Nut, tailor-made stealth carbon face driver, Cobra LTD X Woods, hybrids, andirons, and Callaway Rogue ST driver. The Golf Nut has a great selection of golf bags, balls, shoes, and apparel. And in stock now, the new Puka headwear, pigs, pokes, and boomer hats. As always, check Facebook for daily specials. All this and more at the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith, your #1 golf shop since 1994.
When you want beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars, in an atmosphere benefiting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites, dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
Are your real estate investments being properly managed? Are you sending a check or cashing a check each month? If you're tired of your current property managers, then call Trinity Multifamily. Trinity will qualify your tenants and leases, inspect your properties, and take care of maintenance and provide you with web-based access to current financial reports, leases, and pictures of your property. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come Get You Some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all, from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
March Madness is approaching. Make sure you have everything you need for the games by stopping by Four Corks Wine and Spirits. Choose from a wide selection of bourbons and whiskeys, craft beers, and a great selection of the coldest imports in town. Take advantage of the walk-in humidor for an A-list selection of cigars, or enjoy the elegant climate-controlled wine cellar of hand-selected wines. It's all here at Four Corks Wine and Spirits, just past the intersection of Mazard and Zero towards Ben Guerin.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Heath Roberts, right here in the River Valley, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Heath and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Heath Roberts, it's easy to switch and save. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Heath Roberts at 479-452-4088.
Live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, online at randallford.com. Audrey, you guys just won the best used car dealer. How are you able to do that?
Best of the best in the area, guys. That was voted for. It's because we take care of our customers. You get a great experience every time. I mean, and it's everything from the way we handle you here all the way to our mobile service van that'll come out and actually service your used cars at your house, man. I mean, we try to go above and beyond for our customers.
At Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or online at randallford.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Somebody said we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Ashley Air. Keeping your home comfortable is what they do best. Trust them with your heating and cooling needs. Go to AshleyAir.com to request service today.
Starting out your SEC update, Von Miller, former Texas A&M linebacker, got paid 6 years, $120 million, being reported by Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network.
Yeah, going to Buffalo. Should have asked Drew about that. If there was a buzz around town there in Buffalo about that. But yeah, I guess the league year opened at 4 o'clock yesterday, so it started to be a flurry of some activity.
He's 32. He's getting that kind of. I don't know what the guaranteed salary is. Something to
32 and young though in NFL years.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's 32.
Yeah.
He's old, so I was kind of surprised to see that.
You hear 32 though at my age, you think, well, that's young. But yeah, 32 is not young in the NFL.
In the NFL world. Hogs smacked Grambling yesterday. First game, Kentucky tomorrow. Pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. on Friday. We're gonna have it for you here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com. Plus, it's on the SEC Network Plus. Last thing, Eric Musselman, in talking with the media yesterday, if you remember some games last year, or Robert, specifically Colgate, it didn't get off to a fast start. Here is what he said about them trying to do that. Actually, I say that Eric Musselman, I think it was J.D. Note or Jalen Williams.
We kind of had the same position from last year, same type of team that we're going to play. So we just got to come prepared. And from the start of the game, we got to be on point, and we can't come out slow like we did last year versus Colgate and then have to fight our way all the way back. So we want to come out and just come from the jump and just play hard.
That Colgate game was very nerve-wracking. They got a little momentum heading into the second half. Devo Davis had a last-second layup, or close to last second, if I remember that correctly. He ended up winning that game pretty handily, but it was not always looking that way. That's going to do it for your SEC update, brought to you by Ashley Air.
Yeah, get a free furnace when you purchase a qualifying new system from Ashley Air, and with no down payment, no interest for 72 months on qualifying systems, and the Ashley Air Quality Assurance Guarantee, their 12-year parts and labor warranty. Now is the time. Get that free furnace with a purchase of a new system from Ashley Air. Just go to AshleyAir.com to schedule your appointment. That's AshleyAir.com, proud sponsors of Razorback Athletics.
We continue to get more and more brackets on our HitThatLine.com bracket challenge. If you have not signed up, you need to right now. It's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Crabtree RV in Alma, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback. The prizes are unbelievable, and I'm not just telling you this. So if you enter the ESPN or CBS or those brackets that have millions of entrants, you're not going to win. You're just not. But with us, we've got, Tommy said, $3 to $4 grand worth of prizes. You actually have a realistic chance to win something with our smaller group here on ESPN Arkansas at hitthatline.com. Again, go to hitthatline.com, click on the Bracket Challenge button, and enter to win the multiple amount of prizes that we have on our challenge.
9 different ways to win in this, and you're up against a few thousand brackets versus a few million brackets. So, hey, you can do both. It doesn't cost anything to enter, but come over. You got a better chance to win prizes here at hitthatline.com.
Takes 5 minutes. Let's go to Richard Davenport, who, like Tom, was kind enough to be flexible with us this morning. Nick Smith Jr., Darian Ford, they both win state titles. Richard, what kind of legacy did those two individuals, 3 for Darian, 1 for Nick, and a couple of tournament MVPs to go along with that, what kind of legacies did they leave at Magnolia and North Little Rock?
Well, first, Darian, good gosh, like you said, 3 state titles, 3 MVP awards in the championship game. I think I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think just lost 6 games in his 4 years at Magnolia. Very could have been 4 out of 4 possibly if they obviously they didn't lose to Morrilton, but they did. But just when you have a career like that, three state titles in your 4 years at a school, that's pretty exclusive. I don't have historical type numbers for other people or in front of me or anything like that, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find a guy that's affected a program in the city as much as Darian has. As far as Nick, I mean, obviously he comes to North Little Rock, wins a state title, one of the top players in the country, and still in the running to be named as the top player in the country. And yesterday was named to the Jordan Brand Classic. Just a great career that he's had, and the anticipation of the fan base about him getting to Fayetteville is just off the charts. So, it's pretty sweet to be Nick Smith and Darian Ford right now.
You think great players, state championships, that's automatic, right? Well, I mean, I think back to Corliss Williamson. He didn't win a state championship. Malik Monk got to the state finals a couple times, didn't win a state championship. So it's not just an automatic because you're one of the greatest players to ever play high school ball in the state that you're going to get one of these. So everything you just listed and went through with Nick and Darian is very noteworthy because I think a lot of people consider Corliss and Malik amongst the 2 best high school players ever in our state, and neither one were able to capture the state trophy.
No, you're right. I mean, we talk about it in professional sports. How many great quarterbacks have never won a Super Bowl, and they're considered Hall of Famers. So it's something to be said when you're a great player and and a lot of times you will your team to win. And that I think in some ways that was definitely the case with both of those guys. And Darian hit that 3-pointer in the at the state 4A state finals in Magnolia.
I mean semifinal.
That's semifinals. Yeah, excuse me.
To put them
in. Yeah, I mean that's how legends are born right there. They hit a big time shot like that, and it was not an easy shot. That was about as difficult as exactly. So you get guys that have that capability of just lifting up other people. And I'm not saying Malik and Corliss didn't have that. It's just sometimes other guys, they gravitate towards a guy that is considered the leader and the best guy on the team, and they elevate their game, and they help. Nick and Darian help them elevate their games.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I get off base here, but you had 2 McDonald's All-Americans on the North Little Rock team with Nick Smith and Khalil Ware. I don't believe there's ever been 2 McDonald's All-Americans in the state at the same time before, so certainly never 2 have played together. So with that being said, where do you place in your mind that North Little Rock group and this team led by Ware and Smith?
It'd be considered one of the best teams to ever play in the state of Arkansas. I have no doubt about that. You can't ignore 2 McDonald's All-Americans, top 2 5-stars, and not say that those guys are, that team is one of the best. And also Corey Washington is a heck of a player too for North Little Rock. They have some outside. They have some other guys that play good roles and have opportunities to play on the next level. So I think you're going to have to rank them pretty high. Probably the one team that I'll probably, I don't know, say that's probably the best team that I've ever seen is the West Memphis, Keith Lee and Michael Cage. I think I'll probably stick to them, say they're number one. And maybe I'm overlooking somebody right now. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But anyway, that's probably who I would go with.
Let me throw another one at you. 1992, Little Rock Parkview. Deion Cross, Derek Fisher.
Oh, no doubt.
Had 6 D1 signees on that team that beat Corliss Williamson's team in the semifinals at Tucker, went on to win the state title against Fort Smith Southside that spring in 92. That would be up there somewhere in the conversation for best high school teams. Is Coach Rip's 92 Parkview state champion.
I agree with you 100%, Tommy. That was a good comeback there, because that there's no doubt that's one of the best teams to ever play. And I think the only team that they lost that year to was a nationally ranked team from Texas or somewhere out. It was an out-of-state team, and I think they barely lost that game. So I agree with you 100%.
Richard, I want your thoughts on this game today. I don't know if you've received any texts from certain recruits, how they're feeling heading into this matchup tonight when Arkansas takes on Vermont. Muss has played them before back in 2016 in the CBI when he was at Nevada. What are your thoughts on this game and what it would mean recruiting-wise, or if it doesn't affect it at all heading into tonight's matchup?
I don't think it's going to have a huge impact. I think it obviously the deeper you go, the more excitement you create, not only obviously with the fan base, but with recruits. I mean, last year's Elite Eight run definitely got the attention of kids, and they still mention it when you talk to them now. So the deeper you run, you make a run, you get to the Final Four, and with the recruiting success that you've had in the 22 class and how I think that they can have success in the 23 and 24 classes, it can just set you up for even more excitement around your program and possibly even more success on the recruiting trail.
We'll leave it there. Richard, again, your adjustment to your schedule was appreciated this morning. We'll do next week on a Thursday. Hopefully we'll still talking Little Arkansas basketball after this weekend.
All right, buddy. We'll see you guys.
Go have you a green beer today. Luck of the Irish.
I may have one.
All right. Richard Davenport with us. Hey, we just had a question from Gary in Arkadelphia about a second bracket. You can put a second bracket in our contest, but you need a separate email. It's one bracket per email. So use one of your burner emails, on that fake egghead Twitter account where you like to get after people, but you don't use that email for your second bracket. So use your fake emails for that. So if you want a second bracket, no problem. You just need a second email to go along with it, or a third or a fourth or whatever.
Are you going to look at your bracket again one last time? Are you satisfied with it being filled out?
I mean, okay, if I go in there and change, is it because I know something, or I'm just changing my guess? I mean, let's be honest. Even the experts of all the experts, even the Seth Davises of the world, of the Jay Bell, they're guessing right now, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some educated guesses along the way, but we're all guessing. So I don't think I'll change any of my guesses on my bracket.
You changed your opinion how this game's going to go tonight?
Nope.
In the 3 hours we've been doing this show this morning?
Nope. I think Arkansas wins. I think they cover, but I think it's a struggle in the first half. So I think Arkansas may even trail by 2 or 3, 4 at the half. Arkansas is better in their Arkansas's 3rd, 4th, 5th players, whether it's Tony, Amude, Likes, Devo, whoever you want to put in that group tonight, they're just better than the 3rd, 4th, 5th players for Vermont. And I think Arkansas's top 2, Note and Williams, are better than Davis and Shungu for Vermont. So that's where I think the game is won. Arkansas is just better across the board, and they win the basketball game.
Just a reminder of our schedule tonight. Normal halftime, normal Ruskin and Zach, and then Drew and I will be doing Arkansas Game Day from 7 to 7:45. He'll be live from Buffalo with your pregame coverage. Get excited about that. You've got about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so to fill out your bracket. Get that in to hitthatline.com. So many great prizes. You want to be a part of it here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. For Tommy Kraft and Drew Barrett and everyone else that joined the show, I'm Ty Richardson. We'll see what happens tonight at 8:20.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings